I need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
he's. Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you. Coach JB Show.
Merciless Monday. I'm taking no mercy. Let's get it cracking. This show is powered by BetUS. We got a lot to discuss. NBA former veteran, longtime veteran Samaki Walker joins us, a longtime Laker, and Scott Ferrall, man, knower of all things. NBA, NFL analyst, breaks down all things. We're going to talk some sports with him in the first hour right out the gate. Samaki Walker joins us right after that. We'll talk about what the Lakers need to do, what the NBA playoffs look like, and who would you bet on. We're going to dive right into. So this first 20 minutes will be a breeze with Smitty and I. I'll get through this intro real quick. Head on over to BetUS today. Use our promo code CoachJB. And if you guys need a ticker, Skybox Sports, you see the ticker behind my head, skyboxsports.com, and use my promo code CoachJB as well if you want one in your man cave or your coach's office. Let's get into it. The Democratic Party, you guys had 4 years to do something meaningful with this country, with Americans. Instead, we got 72 genders, open borders, beyond our comprehension, drag queen shows in our schools with our children, and more LGBTQ days than Black History Month, Cinco de Mayo, and our holidays combined. Yeah, fact. Furthermore, we have had lots of changes in the past 10 years, by the way, such as housing crisis, skyrocketing food prices, 5 million immigrants that we don't know where they are, tent cities all over our big cities, LA, go take a look, doubled our country's debt and affordability that we've never seen, promoting wars instead of peace, but the liberals, the far left, have been the absolute worst I've ever seen. We get a new president, and those same people question the hiring of guys like Elon Musk, who I'm not a fan of, who specifically found out where those same people spent our money, American people's money, the taxpayers' money. Those same people were still mad at Elon and keying his cars, blowing up his Tesla plants, and yet they show us all this stuff on what? Oh, an app called X, owned by, ironically, who? Elon Musk. The irony is amazing. Trump imposes tariffs on other countries that have been taxing us for over a quarter century, and yet everyone has been okay with it. Make it make sense. Well, everyone thought China could withstand us hitting them with tariffs and had over 40 banks crash in less than 30 days when Trump hit their ass. And FYI, people, the docks right out here, the second largest port in the world, Long Beach, they aren't empty, folks. Sorry. I was out there 3 days in a row. I didn't see any ships in the water waiting to pull in. Business is booming, and now China is trying to kiss ass and make up. How about stop worrying about boys playing girl sports, cutting off our little kids' genitals, and worry about shit that matters, like where our tax dollars go, and how politicians who make $250K a year are now worth $200 million. How about we fucking find that out? But what do I know? Let's dive right into it, man. Our main man, Far East Sider, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 defending, and Caitlin Clark jocking, Fox Sports' very own Big Smitty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a piece. I'm gonna add a piece to you. I'm gonna add a piece. This. I'm gonna add an intro piece to your thing.
What you mean?
I'm gonna add like another a tagline. I fucked up.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, we here now though. It's Monday, man.
Responsible for Paul Pierce walk of shame. Got it. Yep. I got it. Tomorrow I'll have it. Go ahead, Smitty.
You should have planned that before, but hey, you did it now.
Bad planning.
Tomorrow's show will be better than today's show already. I already know that now. But anyway, still got 3 hours left for this show, so we got to figure it out because you got a better idea now. But you should have did that last night or early this morning.
I think it said my intro. You didn't like my intro. Okay, go.
It's all good. But we here now, man. It's your boy Big Smitty, man. We here live, man. We ain't talking none of that politic crap. You want to hear that? Go to CNN. This is the realest show on planet Earth. We don't do all that bullshit on here. It's me and JB, Young Belly in the background. We got all of our amazing members in the chat right now. It wouldn't be us without people like Indo Sports 247, The Chef, Brian Case, Jamal W, Flower 805, Joe Core, Boston Richie, Yvonne Balls, Olivas, Kovadam, and of course, Souls of Thought. JB, go ahead.
Well, that's why I think we are the realest show. I could do politics. You hate it. I could lead into it, and we're still gung-ho talking about whatever we talk about. That's why you made a mistake. I think we are the realest show because of that. But anyway, we're not going to talk politics, but at least I can lead into it, and then that's as far as it goes because Smitty doesn't know anything beyond what I just said. So let's dive into he will, though, about 10, 15 years.
And I bet half of it probably is inaccurate, but I don't feel like going into it.
About 10, 15 years, you'll know everything, though. And then you'll be like, damn, JB was right the whole time. Hey, so let's go. That'll be a real one. We'll be on the yacht one day, a bigger yacht, and then we'll be talking about smoke a cigar with you the right way, not the back way. Yep. And then we'll smoke a cigar, like you'll know how to light it and everything by then, homie.
You're never 100% right. Like you'll be like 82% right about the shit you say, and then I go do a deep dive, like, do my research, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker was over exaggerating on this part, or what? It didn't double it in depth. It just did it. Like it'd be like certain stuff that you use that I'll be finding out later that I just keep to myself because like we got a show together, but it's all good.
No, you can tap. But what you find out though is on like a left leaning site, and then they lie too. So like,
and what you find out is on like a right leaning site, and then like it's all the same thing.
I find it out on Twitter.
And your algorithm is very far right, and Twitter is owned by Elon Musk, far right. So far right. So thank you.
The people that use his same app that blow up his plant. That's those people, yeah.
Well, people had the app before he took over for years ago. Twitter has been out since like 06, 07. Yeah. People been probably want to delete their stuff that they've been working on for over a decade.
Yeah, but a lot of y'all left. Y'all went to like Ireland and shit. Remember Rosie O'Donnell?
Well, she got some stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, she do got some stuff going on. She got a dick. Anyway, let's dive into some shit, man. We got a little going on. Scott Ferrall, Smitty's boy, joins us. Yep. Knower of all things, and then legendary veteran, NBA veteran, Wiley veteran too. Great role playing swingman, Samaki Walker.
Number 52, right? Number 52, if I'm not mistaken, from our Lakers.
Yeah, played at Louisville, right? I'm pretty sure. We'll dive into it. But let's dive into the quote of the day, Smitty, and get right into it before I show you a bad day on the yacht.
Bet US.
Bet US TV. Head on over there today and tell them we sent you. Quote of the day, Smitty. We weren't born to be approved. We were born to be undeniable.
Okay.
It's a straight line. Just straight quote right there. Boom, real quick. You weren't born to be unapproved, homie. I don't need to approve you. You don't need to approve me. But guess what? Be undeniable.
That's an unrankable quote, but I understand it and it's cool, and I'm cool with it. But it's unrankable.
Define unrankable real quick for the audience.
Something that you cannot rank.
I don't get why it's unrankable though. That's what I wanted more in depth. But it's cool. We don't have time. Contrary to belief, brought to you by BetUS. Smitty, let me maybe I'll give you a better one here. When you're winning, everyone knows your name. When you're losing, you know everyone's true face. Contrary to belief, I know everybody's true face, homie, when I'm losing.
That's real. That's real. Because like,
I'm winning, though. Y'all know me when I'm winning.
Everybody want to be a front runner. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be attached to somebody who's like balling. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know JB because he boom. Oh, I know Big Smitty. I ran into him outside of, And then when you're losing, you're doing bad, they want to step back. They get quiet. They get silent. What happened? I thought you knew me, homie. I thought you knew Jason. I thought we was locked in. Come on now, real ones know. I like that one a lot. You bounce back right there.
They know JB, not Jason. But yeah. I
know both.
Smitty, real quick poll question before I show you what happened on the yacht.
Shoot.
Would you bet on the Celtics? Now, listen to what I'm saying carefully, all you BetUS participants. Would you bet on the Celtics to win this series? The line just crazily changed overnight. I don't know if you saw it. I believe it's like minus 290 now for the Celtics to win as they're down 2-1, which is a very telling line and number. I'm very interested in that. So I'm asking Smitty right now on BetUS TV, would you bet on the Celtics to win this series? The money says yes. Bet your money. They'll come back.
1,000% yes. I'm probably going to go on BetUS TV like right after the show and go ahead and place it because I know the Boston Celtics are going to win. You got to think about it. The first two games, the way they went, they were up by 20-plus points, and they couldn't knock down a three. They couldn't knock down a grape into the ocean, and they still went up by 20-plus points. Now, they did not finish those games, and shout out to the Knicks for being more clutch in those moments and sticking together, not getting lost in the moment and being able to come back. But don't get it twisted. You were still down by 20-plus points in the first two games. So, like, that did happen. So when I saw that, I'm like, man, the Celtics are clearly the better team. They're just not making these threes at the clip that they've been making them all year long. And if you do just common sense, if you look at the law of averages, at some point, those threes were going to start falling, and we saw it in game 3. They shot 40 threes, made 20 of them, 50% from the three-point line. They got their confidence back. I think they had like 5 players, if I'm not mistaken, over double figures. Peyton Pritchard, their role player, led the team in scoring. We finally seen Porzingis come back. He didn't look good, but just his presence alone on the defensive end because of the length and what he is as an offensive threat just changes things for the Knicks. I think the Celtics will win this series in 7. The first 2 games, shout out to the Knicks, but they kind of feel a little flukish right now, if I'm being honest. And so, yes, I will put $1 million on the Celtics to win this series.
Cool. I think Jalen Brunson is one of my favorite players. Man, I don't know. It's tough for me, man. Minus 290 seems like fool's gold too. It's like luring you in to bet all the money over there, and then the Knicks win. That's another thing that Vegas will do to you. So I just find it hard to believe that the Knicks can't win. I got the Knicks winning this one at home, and I think it's over, right? If they win, go up 3-1, it's over, right? Or no?
No, this next game is hold on. I see what you're saying. Well, if they go up 3-1, you would think it's over, but I don't think Boston's going to. I think the next game's going to be a super close. Boston's going to win though. I think it's going to go back.
If the Knicks, I mean, I get the Knicks go steal it on the parquet in Boston. I get they get 2 there, but then if they
stole
lose
2 games.
If they lose 2 at home, though, they deserve to lose, though, is my point.
Right. I mean, but Boston lost 2 at home. So, like, why
I think Brunson will go off tonight. I think Brunson goes off tonight. Let's talk about real quick on the other side, your Indiana Pacers. If they win this series, I believe they're truly a finals contender. And I don't know why this crazy team right here that everyone overrated, blah, blah, blah. The depth they have, the wing defenders they have, and the shooting that they've been, I don't know if that changes or not, but right now they can win the whole thing.
They were making everything yesterday. Like, they had 80 points in the first half. I think it was the most ever in the half in playoff history for the Pacers. And then on defense, they're locking up the Cavs. The Cavs didn't make nothing. They had 39 points or something like that in the first half. The Pacers got up by like 41, 43 points at a point in time. We got the best fans.
41 and a half,
NBA.
41 and a half, homie.
Great, 41 points. There you go.
Good NBA. Good NBA for you. Good.
The Pacers just balling. I can't control nothing else.
Good game. Good game.
Good game. The best true point guard in the playoffs right now.
Good games, though. You like those games?
Crowd, loud as hell at the field house. These guys are in a bet. Rick Carlisle, shout out to you for having these guys to be in
good second round game
shape. They're running the court from beginning to end. Tying got the other side. They're knocking down threes. That versatility on the defensive side with Miles Turner. I mean, these guys, man.
You like those games?
I'm gonna say it right now. The Indiana Pacers will be in the NBA Finals. I'm not gonna say they're gonna win it all. I ain't gonna say all that because I'm gonna be real. I think a team on the West is gonna win it all. But the Pacers will be in the NBA Finals. Cut that, Kevin DeSharker.
You like those games? Second round games, 41-point game and a half.
I love watching how the Pacers balling out from my city.
But I didn't ask that question.
I know, but it's hard to answer that.
Good game. Good game, though. Good game.
Yeah.
These are the worst games I've ever watched in my life. I'm just being honest.
I know. OKC Nuggets, why don't you bring that up then? Because you know it's been good games. Exactly. You only bring stuff up that fits your narrative and fits your negative story.
Not really.
Okay.
Like, there's less good games than there are bad ones, homie. There's more bad games than good games in the NBA playoffs this season. That's fact. That's not cap, homie. Go look at the series. Like, come on now. Stop. Like, these are horrible games, homie. Even when the games are close, homie. So you just mentioned 2 20-point deficits. Celtics were up 20. So 3 quarters of blowout basketball. Two games in a row. The last final seconds after they let them creep back in, the Knicks win at the buzzer, and it made everyone think, oh, it's great games. The games for 3 quarters were horrible, homie.
Nah, the last quarter
Come
and a half,
on now.
the Knicks slowly cut into it. It
Oh,
wasn't
man.
the last few seconds. That mother's been going to 25-0 run in 2 minutes. It was like a process. Like,
if you really are going to come on here and say this NBA playoffs is good, then you really haven't watched a lot of basketball in your life.
I didn't say it was good. I said it was great. I'm not ranking it. I'm saying as a fan, I'm watching basketball. I'm happy. There's some bad games, some blowouts. There's some really good games. It's everything. I just tend to see the glass half full instead of half empty. That's how my mind operates. Your mind operates to seeing it half empty, and that's why we have this discourse. I
was watching what was it? A lot of things went out on the game. So my water pump went out on the boat. No water.
Karma.
TV went out.
Karma. Yep.
TV went out on the water.
Karma.
Watching the game, chilling. TV goes out.
BPN.
BPN. A lot of shit happened, homie.
Everyone got cut off.
Shout out to the homie. You know, Keone told you to say hello. Him and his wife came out on the yacht for a whole day. And DJ extraordinaire, my boy Keone.
Great weather this weekend, though. Great weather.
Oh, and then today, though, guess what happens?
What?
It drops 30 degrees. Which is apparently, I just saw this weather report. Don't know if Joe Cord can verify this or not, but like, it's not even like on record that it's ever happened like this. So we had 3 days in the 90s. Well, it was 103 out here in the
valley area.
Yeah. 100-degree weather.
Where you live at.
And it'll be 61 degrees today and tomorrow. That's a 40 degrees drop. What that does is, if you don't know, allergies, viruses, sickness, headaches, fevers, all that shit. It's a cloud seat. Help me far left. Obama. Hey, let's go into the. Let's get into the.
So what happened with your boat though? You want to talk about that or what?
I was trying not to show you.
You can if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. I thought you want to talk about it.
I got duped. I think I know why the water pump went out. I think I know why my TV went out. I think I know. I was a little intoxicated, Smitty. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
So please don't judge me.
I don't judge. Well,
I didn't want to show it on social media because I didn't want to be tabbed this guy. But on this realest show, I'm gonna show you who hopped on the yacht and take a look.
The ball till it's time to go.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah, it might be like a week. I might have like 2 weeks left on this show. This show crazy as hell. This is the craziest show I've been on. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't do a lot. When I really sit back and reflect, God has blessed me with a lot of opportunities. Like, and He blessed me. This is another one of them. But this has been a challenge. Like, this is the craziest show I have ever been a part of, whether as a producer, as a co-host, on-air personality. This show that I am on right now here live, #1 craziest show ever. I'm thinking we about to really break bread and like, dang, bro, what happened? Your engine went out, T went out, what happened? And he says that this young lady, young man, young person got on his yacht and caused the issues, knowing damn well, one, he wouldn't even let this person on his yacht. It's just bright sides. Number 2, you look at the background, she's on vacation. This human's on vacation. So like, what are we even talking about here as far as what's going on?
Who?
This person's on vacation. That's not LA, homie.
I mean, you hear the song though?
No, I actually didn't hear the song.
Just show it for like 2 seconds. We can listen to it for like a couple seconds.
Let me hear it quick, baby. 2 seconds.
Kick it at the bar till it's time to go. Then I'm gonna get shorty in and I'm gonna let her know.
Just a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl. Just a little bit. Hey, this person rolling.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. That pose right there, homie. I
loving life, homie.
Oh, homie, I almost died, homie. I almost died seeing this, homie. Like the audacity of you in a bathing suit is #1. Number 2, you on the water with your mammal homies. 3 and homie.
Oh shoot, I know what you said.
I don't understand, homie, where this is not just what is the word you got? Diabolical, homie.
Is this your favorite person to troll? I feel like since I've been on the show, when I first joined, you already had some like Gorlock stuff before. So like this goes long before me.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I first brought it out like I just did you fucking with Matt years ago.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, fuck, when Matt didn't know and spit up his coffee or whatever, homie, he didn't know because the one that she was like, yeah, fucking Chewbacca or whatever his name is.
That's the funniest one.
Yeah, that's the funniest one, homie. But her still popping though.
Yeah,
this thing's still popping, homie.
Yeah,
like you know,
got money, everything. Yeah,
and people bring it on the show, their shows.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, shout out to Buddy. Shout out to Buddy.
Let me show you a real weekend on the yacht.
Okay. Yeah,
girls love it.
That's cool. I'm glad stay with them on there.
I got hit, homie. Wow. Look, got hit with that motherfucker.
And you think it's funny. White people love danger. Like, danger just makes y'all excited. Like, just gets y'all going. I got hit, homie. It's a shark, homie. We're going to 110 miles per hour on the water, homie.
Oyster shots, homie.
21 oyster shots, homie. Almost died. Like, y'all crazy as hell, bro.
I don't do all that, but so
y'all think we the dangerous ones. Y'all dangerous as hell.
Here's the crazy part about it that I get on the when you post those things. Captain, disservice or the fender shouldn't be on the boat when you're driving. Bitch, they're strapped up. Shut up. They fall off sometimes. Unstrap, homie. Yeah, I could take them all the way off, but guess what? I ain't trying to undo all the rope and all that shit, bitch. So anyway, hey, Smitty, one of them untangled all the way, and we hit something. The motherfucker whipped around, almost hit my boy Enoch in the front, like 15 feet away, homie. Like that, like it would have been a major blow to the back of the head.
Final destination type shit. Yeah,
it would have been good for the show today. I wish they would have hit him. I should have got him, homie. Fuck, I wanted to hit him.
Enoch, are you free today, Enoch? Maybe I can try to do it again today. Let's put a coat on.
We took out the drone to try to use it.
Mm-hmm. Broke.
Nah, we didn't even get it off the ground, because I didn't want to drop it in the water and then fuck it. So
I get it. Well, JB, man, we can get back to that here in a minute, but I think it's time for one of our special guests. to jump on the show, and I'm gonna let you do the honors.
No doubt, man. Great voice of talk show radio. Go check him out. Make sure you follow him on Instagram and X. We have him on the ticker below here. American sports radio personality, our main man from the Sports Grid, Scott Ferrall, joins the show.
Yeah, Scott.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, boys? I've been hearing rave reviews about you, and they've been telling me, Ferrall, you got to go on with Coach and Smitty. And I said, all right, so let's dance. What's the problem? And then finally they got me to do it, and here I am, chilling the most, causing trouble.
Hey, get ready.
Thinking, lying.
I already love it. Yeah, I love it already. I love the energy and then everything. You got to be from either where? St. Louis, Minnesota, in the Midwest, or East Coast?
I'm a Pittsburgh boy.
Pittsburgh.
That's Midwest-ish, East Coast.
Well, it's East Coast, and it's hardcore.
Is it Midwest or East Coast?
It's East Coast. Right, it's East Coast, and it's it's shots and beers, and the women are whores. It's always a championship city, 6 Super Bowl titles, 5 Stanley Cups, couple World Series in my lifetime. They won in 60 before I was born when Mazeroski hit the homer against the Yankees to beat the Yankees in Game 7 in the bottom of the 9th inning at Forbes Field. And then I went to the 71 and 79 World Series. So, I'm 60, right? And I've seen all this shit, and it's a great city, but I've lived in New York City now. I've been doing the show in New York City for the last 30 years. So I've been in the Big Apple for 30 years. And I think it's the coolest city in the world. And it's also hell on earth, right? It's also a stressful, whack place. So I live in Hell's Kitchen. I could walk down to get a bagel and get raped, shanked, murdered, shot, beaten with a bat. I could have my head chopped off. I could be set on fire. And I could also be a corpse on a subway and have someone have sex with me while I was dead. All that could happen just like on a Monday.
Just like today. So.
And you can hit the lotto and meet somebody, a billionaire, and change your life forever, too.
That shit never happens to me.
Well, it's a blessing that you've made it to the show today, then. And we're not going to take this for granted.
I drink too much. I gamble too much. Yeah. I swear too much. And I play ball 6 days a week. I played this morning. So I play ball at 6 a.m. with all these animals. Hoops. I play with all these D1 and NBA retired guys. And I'm a really good basketball player. I played my whole life. I went to Indiana, and I worked for Bob Knight for 5 years. So I'm a baller. I play every day. And I get up at 5 a.m. to play ball. It's crazy. And then I play on a championship team on Wednesday nights. It's called U Hoops. It's at Lifetime Athletic, which are these enormous gyms all over the country. And they have all these NBA and D1 guys that play in it that are retired. It's an incredible league. And I've been part of 10 years of it, and 13 titles I've won. And I've lost 10. So I've been in 23 championship games. I play with great players, right? So I play with all these D1 cats that can really fill it up. And then, the rest of the time I just bang out shows. I gamble and I drink a ton of rum. Shake it, ooh, shake it, ooh, shake it, ooh, shake it, ooh. Just like you sitting in that bar. I'll fit right in with you, Coach.
Hey. You're he might be like the perfect guest, because he's a combination of you don't give a fuck.
No.
You cuss, you smoke, you drink. But you hooped in Indiana. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I went to Ball State. Chirp, chirp.
All right, I've been to Muncie. Dave Letterman. That's Dave Letterman's spot.
Come on now.
I did Letterman twice. He was my hero. He was my favorite of all time. And the funniest dude I ever met. He was a huge fan of my show and invited me on his show. I stripped naked on his show. I think that got me invited back a second time. So that was I've been to Muncie. I partied there. But I went to Bloomington. I went to IU, and I did
Little Five.
I did Little Five. So I did 5 years of Indiana basketball. The last game I ever covered, they beat Syracuse in the Superdome for the national championship. And then I did soccer play-by-play. 3 national titles for Jerry Yeagley. I did the soccer team. And I did soccer because I noticed when I took the job how much pussy I got. When you hang out with soccer players, and at the time, Pete Stoyanovich was on that team. He later played for the Dolphins for a number of years. Just trails of ass. Just chicks everywhere. And his leftovers were my easy, commission. I got commission on his leftover pussy. Are we on the air? Yeah. I went after all the chicks in Indiana. I DJ'd overnight. I used to take girls to the radio station, and while I was playing Led Zeppelin and Madonna and doing mushrooms, I'd have sex with them on the board. Shake it, ooh, shake it, ooh, shake it, ooh, shake it, ooh.
Hey, you a bad boy.
I am a troublemaker and a heathen, and I've had open heart surgery. I died. I met Jesus.
How is he?
He's not as cool as you guys, but he's pretty dope. He's like that new dude, Pub Leo. I like him too. I bet that guy's partied in his lifetime on the south side of Chicago. Haven't we all partied on the south side of Chicago? I worked there too. So I worked my career went like this. I went national out of Vegas, and then I went to CNN. Then I went to, that was in Atlanta. Then I went to San Francisco, KMBR, home of the Warriors and the Giants. I was there when Bonds was there. Then I was in LA and I was syndicated nationally with Howard Stern and CBS and Westwood One. And it was a WFAN New York show, but I was living in LA and smoking that fine crip. And then they forced me to move to New York, or they were going to fire me because I never listened to anyone. And I was always in trouble because I was a shock jock. And I was constantly in trouble. Like, I was doing gambling before anyone, and they treated me like a pedophile or a heroin dealer. Like I was raping kids because I was talking gambling spreads, teasers, reverses, money lines, totals. And then from there, I've been in New York ever since. But I did work in Chicago before Vegas. So I started in Pittsburgh at CBS, and then I went to Chicago and I worked at Sports Channel, and I covered the Blackhawks and White Sox. And then I even did play-by-play for the White Sox A-ball team in Sarasota. And I lived in Siesta Key, as you've heard of that beach. And all I did down there was bang chicks too. I banged so many chicks down there on the beach that Jerry Reinsdorf fired me in the press box live in the middle of a game. And after that, I went to Vegas, and then I got, kind of big in terms of being syndicated nationally. So I've been lucky because my show's been national pretty much for the last 40 years.
Wow.
Is this Jabrown? Smitty?
What's that?
Jabrown, it might be.
we got a doppelganger of me on the show that we bring out right there. That's my brother. And I thought it was
I like him already.
Yeah, I'm about to say, JB, I think you found your match. I know you think you run crazy SOB right here though. My God,
where do you guys do the show out of?
I got a cigar lounge. I got a cigar lounge. We had a studio that we were using together in person like 3 times a week.
Right.
It just became daunting, man.
What city?
We're in Cali, LA area.
Oh, cool. So I'm from Huntington Beach. When I lived in LA, I lived there for 12 years. I love Surf City. My son goes to San Diego State, so he's he'll be a junior, and he's Dean's List, super smart. And he smokes 100 bong rips a day, and he bangs chicks in G-string bikinis.
I know you're proud.
Let's
talk a little bit of NBA playoff real quick, because I know you're a basketball guy. You can hoop, man. What's your thoughts right now? Earlier, before you jumped on, we were talking about the Boston Celtics, the Knicks series. Obviously, the Celtics looked horrible the first 2 games, at least to close out those games. Down 0-2. Last night, they came back, went 50% from the 3-point line.
Right.
Do you feel like the Celtics are back in control of this series?
I do. I think that they were in control of all 3 games, and the Knicks came back twice from 20 at the Garden in Boston, stunning them in game 1 in overtime. Inexplicably, Brunson missed the shot off the glass that would have won it in regulation. They beat him in overtime, 108-105. Bridges has the steal on Brown late. Game 2. Same thing, down 20 in the fourth quarter. It was 73-53. They come back and they beat them 91-90, and everybody thinks it's over. And then Saturday, they got their ass whacked, and they hit 50% of the threes. Tonight, I'm certain they'll have their hands full again. I think the Celtics can win. I'm a huge Knicks fan. I kind of like them with the 6.5, the points. And I think that, look, here's the reality of it. I think the Pacers, and I've said the Pacers for 3 months, we're going to go to the Eastern Final because they're 10 deep. They have 2 rotations and a great coach. They fuck with the Knicks every time they play them. Last year, they eliminated the Knicks. Everybody blamed injuries and everything else, but they actually just kicked their ass. And so now, I think if they play the Knicks, let's say the Knicks get through, which I doubt. Let's say they do. The Pacers will beat them. But if the Celtics get through, I think the Celtics will beat the Pacers again because I think they give them matchup problems. Nobody can play with the Pacers. They're just having fucking sex with the Cavaliers, who were, the best team in the East. Everybody thought they were going to go play the Celtics in the Eastern Final, and now they're down 3-1. I wasn't surprised at all at games 1 and 2. I bet them to win both outright and with the 9.5 and the 8. And I bet the Cavs in game 3, believe it or not, hit it. And I bet the Pacers in game 4. I think the Pacers will go to Cleveland and lose game 5, and they better win game 6 at the field house, because if they go back to Cleveland, they'll blow it, and it will be Boston and Cleveland. As far as the other sides, Oak City did what they had to do. They got the huge win. They finished them off in clutch time, and now they're going home. They'll win game 5 at home. I don't know if they'll cover. The reason being, Joker's not shooting well. I think Denver's really dangerous. I think game 6 will go Denver's way in the Ball Arena in the Mile High City. And then which one am I missing?
Minnesota Timberwolves and the Warriors.
That game's tonight, right? Again, they got problems without Curry because Green can't shoot, and he can defend, but he can't shoot, and he can't afford to get in fights and technicals. And, I mean, they're relying on Butler and Hield to do everything. Instead, it's been Kuminga in the last game, but they still lost. Minnesota's going to win that series because of the Curry injury and because they're flat out better anyway. They would have beat them with Curry because I think they're deeper. I think they're 9-10 deep. I think the bench that Curry uses with Jackson Davis, Kuminga, Spencer, Post, they're all ass. None of those guys are, guys that can take over a game or dominate. Like, I watched Trace Jackson Davis at Indiana play. I thought he was a great player in the Big Ten. Just another Indiana guy that never really got huge in the NBA. I think he's what I like to refer to as serviceable. I think he's got game in some capacity. But overall, if it's the fourth quarter and you got him in, you're probably losing.
Damn. You just said a lot real quick. Jamie, real quick before you jump in, can you remind us one more time what the Indiana Pacers are doing to the Cleveland Cavaliers right now?
I mean, they're just having sex with them. They're just fucking.
Hey,
Built to ass.
Built to ass.
Yank.
Hey, I love it. I love it, man. Let me ask you something real quick. What's your take on? So I know you talk everything, but like in the football world, real quick, our kind of wheelhouse. What's your take on the Cleveland Browns, man? There's a lot of controversy going on out there. The quarterbacks they took, 2 of them, and then they take a D tackle at number 5 after the trade that looks horrifically out of shape, throwing up in minicamp already, and people are questioning the 5th round pick and blah blah blah. Hey, what if the Cleveland? I got a question. Do you think the Cleveland Browns draft, as good as they think it is, could be the worst of all of them?
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know about worst of all of them. I think Grisham's a badass. I don't care if he pukes at mini camp. Who wants to do that? Like go out in the middle of the day and run sprints and do all kinds of push-ups and you're banging the bags and you're moving the train and you're doing all that, and then you hurl. Like I've hurled way less coming out of nightclubs and out of my car, and in my house, and on my deck, and on this. I've been walking in the street in New York City and just rip one right out after too many shots. And just right out. So I think that he's a stud, monster mother Ferrall up front. He's going to be a freak. I'd give a shit if he puked. Remember the goalie the other night for the Leafs? He started puking. He got hit in the head with a bug. He's puking on the bench. Everybody pukes. I seen my kids puke. I seen my wife puke. I know you two puke.
Yeah.
So, but I think Sanders will eventually do his thing. I think he's got talent. I know he's got an arm, and I think he's kind of come across as a dickhead with his whole "I'm better than everybody," and "I'm the greatest thing that ever happened on the face of the earth." He's a lot like his dad. So I knew his dad, right? And I've been around him a lot in my career. And like when I was in San Francisco, and I've seen him play in Dallas many times. I've seen him in Super Bowls, and I've seen him at Florida State. I'm a Canes fan, and I've seen the Canes win 5 national titles and take on Florida State every year, and he was my worst nightmare. That guy was the greatest quarterback that ever played in the NFL, bar none. And then now he's kind of a decent coach. Obviously, he's good at recruiting. They haven't won shit there. They've won a few games, but they haven't won titles. And he didn't make the playoff. He didn't win the Big 12. He didn't, now he's in, they got him like he's some kind of god. What I think he is, he's a pain in the ass when it comes to his kids. Like, he should stay out of it. I thought Ball, their dad was an asshole. I think Dion needs to let his kids be his kids. Let them run their life. It's their life. It's their career. It's their time. It's their world. You're the coach at fucking Rado. So go to Boulder and coach your new team and let these kids become who they are. Shiloh with the Buccaneers and this dude with the Browns. Now, I'm a Steeler fan, so the Browns can suck my dick. I just want to be clear on that. But I know they never win. I know that. So
hold on real quick. So you brought the Steelers up. What are y'all doing at the fucking quarterback position? Is Aaron Rodgers coming or not? Give us the insight.
Listen, he is coming. I think he has. What I've heard is that he got a membership at Nevillewood. Now, this means a lot. Nevillewood is the biggest golf club besides Oakmont in Pittsburgh. And they played a U.S. Open at Oakmont. Nevillewood is where all the rich people live, and players like Mario Lemieux. Every great, rich, powerful person lives at Nevillewood. And the golf club at Nevillewood is, elite. And it's for rich pricks and assholes or famous athletes. He's got a membership there now, all of a sudden. Why the fuck would he get that? He's going to live there in Nevillewood, and he's got a membership to the golf club. Why would he do that just because he wants to, fly into Pittsburgh every once in a while and play golf? No, he got it because he's going to do a deal with him and play at least 1 or 2 years in Pittsburgh. And I think it's going down. Although I don't really give a rat's ass if he plays for the Steelers because I already watched him broke ass the Jets. He didn't do shit in New York except talk on talk shows and never win. They never won. He threw numbers, TDs. He was still himself throwing the ball. He's not stupid. He's still a good quarterback. He just doesn't win anymore. He's old. He's washed. It's over. He's never going to be an MVP again. He's never going to win another Super Bowl. If the Steelers make the playoffs, which they always do, I'm a season ticket holder. I'd fly back to all the games. They're a 9-10 win team tops, and they're one and done in the playoffs. They go to a wild card game on the road. They never get one at home. They were 3 games up with 6 games to go in the division, and they ended up playing on the road and lost every game in December. Russell Wilson blows. He's got a hot wife, though, and he didn't get it done. And they didn't get it done. They haven't won since 2015 in the playoffs. They suck in the postseason anymore. But I went to 8 Super Bowls, and I saw them win 6. So everyone can suck my nuts.
I agree. You can sling that shit around right now talking that shit. I got to ask you, losing Pickens, who I think is a shitbird, does that affect Aaron Rodgers' decision?
I don't think so because he was a pain in the ass. They've had 7 or 8 pain in the ass receivers. They got rid of all of them. And did you know that every single one of them never got better when they left? Not one guy had a better season ever with yards or touchdowns. Not one guy. Every one of them, from Antonio Brown, Claypool, Deontay Johnson, it goes on and on. Martavius Bryant, Santonio Holmes. Holmes caught a touchdown in the corner of the end zone in the Super Bowl from Roethlisberger, the greatest catch of his life. He never caught another ball that mattered in his career. So Pickens is a great player, best player on the Steelers, but he's a cunt. So when you're a cunt, they get rid of you.
Yeah,
and
no
then,
doubt.
Now they got Metcalf, and they got a bunch of hacks. That kid Wilson from Michigan's probably going to get his best crack at playing. They got a bunch of, I think average guys with them. They picked up Woods. He's a veteran. He's washed, but he can play. They already had that in Van Jefferson, a receiver that can do it, but he's washed and never makes plays. So they got issues, but they got a good defense, good coach, great fans. They're always a playoff team. People can say whatever they want about Pittsburgh. Why is it that they go to the playoffs every year?
And that's why they believe if you guys do get Aaron Rodgers, he can at least win a playoff game before he makes a second round.
Maybe. I think he needs to, frankly, as they say in the south of France, shit or get off the pot. I mean, if you're gonna join Nevillewood and you're gonna what is he waiting for? The second coming? Jesus? What
I've been saying the same shit, man. Fucking
just
shit.
Get it over with already, bro. They're announcing
shit.
this. They already announced the first game, Dallas and Philly. I think this Thursday they do the whole schedules, and this guy still hasn't made his mind up yet. What is he, pregnant? I honestly, I don't care anymore about this dude's drama. So I don't watch his weekly interviews with Pat. I'm cool with Pat and all those guys from that show. They're Pittsburgh guys. I'm cool with everybody. I don't mess with nobody. I'm cool with you guys. But I'm sick and tired of his bullshit, honestly.
I'm the same way.
He's like a soap opera. He's like all my children, your boy over here.
No, I'm the same way. I used to be on Pat's show, and I told them guys the same thing. Like, fuck, man, do something, make a decision. You guys, for him to string these guys out is my issue. They had to have had, and I'm glad you gave us the insight on the golf course membership. They had to have had a gentleman's agreement handshake, because there's no way Tomlin does what he does in this offseason and they're going in here with no fucking quarterback. You don't go in here with Pickett.
Here's a funny story. So I'm in Indianapolis at the Steelers-Colts Monday night game like 2 seasons ago. I hook up with my son, and I took him to an IU basketball game against North Carolina. And the night before, we went to see the Colts and Steelers on Monday Night Football. Then Wednesday night was the North Carolina was number 1 in the country. There you go. Fire that bitch up. So anyway, I take him to the game. We go to the Steelers team hotel. That's where we stayed. And I'm in the lobby, and it's lunchtime. And I said, all right, let's go eat. So we go into the restaurant, and there's literally, and it was like, noon on the number. Like literally it was like 12 o'clock noon sharp. And we walked in, there was no one in this hotel bar restaurant except one person. And it was Mason Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. And I said to my son, I go, hey, that's Mason Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Do you want to get his autograph? And he goes, no. And I went, oh shit! All right, let's go over here and get a booth. And then a couple of years later, he won the last 3 games and got him in the playoffs when their quarterback went down. And then he won those last 3 games, including the rainy game in Baltimore and the game in Buffalo. Got him into the playoffs, and then they lost. Then he went to Tennessee. Now he's back with the Steelers. I would, look. I'm used to him. I don't have a problem with him. I don't think he's good, but I think he's serviceable. I think he can win 3 or 4 games and then, have a couple beers, chill. Maybe if someone gets hurt, put him back in. They got the kid Will Howard from Ohio State. Say what you will. He won a Big 12 championship. Then he went to Ohio State and he won a national championship. And guys on my show said he sucks as he's throwing 80-yard ropes to Ibuka and Smith in that title game, and his arm was a cannon, and he looked really good to me. And now everyone says he sucks, he's going to be terrible, and everything. I don't listen to people. People don't know shit about the NFL pain day. I know this. You bust your ass, good things can happen. If you work and you listen to vets and listen to coaches and do what you're taught and you learn and you make it applicable, anyone can be a serviceable, good pro. And look, if you're a backup in the NFL, these cats make between $4 and $8 million a pop. $4 to $8 million to hold your dick on the sideline and have a headset on, and you're not even sweating, and girls are winking at you. And then the quarterback goes down, you go in and play for a couple of games and make $8 million. What person on the face of the earth is turning that fucking job down? Backup quarterbacks are the richest people on earth. They don't even get hit, and they make $4 to $8 million. Every single guy in the league, go look for yourself. There isn't one backup that doesn't make $4 to $8 million. And then the starters. How about these dudes? They pay that Prescott $60 million a year. He hasn't won a playoff game to save his mother's ass.
He hasn't done shit. He's most overpaid, under-delivering guy I've ever seen in the league.
$60 million they pay that dude for what?
John Watson worse than that.
And they're going to get Purdy $50 million. I think he's a pussy too. I think he's decent, but people act like he's Joe Montana. You must be fucking tripping. Joe Montana never lost a Super Bowl, okay? So the kid's already lost one. I don't want to hear it. That's like people telling me Michael Jordan wasn't good.
Hey, you need a new co-host or anything?
With a what?
You need a new co-host or anything?
So I do it with this dude, Carver High. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's my Artie Lang. He's funny as shit. He's great. He's hilarious. He's stressed out. He's got 2 little kids. He's an alcoholic. He's got tattoos all over his body. He's fat. He reminds me of Ed Asner. You remember Ed Asner and Mary Tyler Moore, the boss in the newsroom? He's like him, and he's funny as shit. He's got a massive gambling problem. He's the best home run prop and golf betting person I've ever met in my life. The guy makes a living betting golf. Literally, he makes more money than most people do for a living in a year betting on golf. So together we're magical on TV and radio. We've been together like 12 years. My producer Mafia has been with me 20 years. But it's weird. I love both of them. They're great cats. I mean, like I'll go out with them in Vegas to dinner, whatever, and party. But I typically never see them and never do a fucking thing with them ever. Because like they all have a bunch of little kids. My kids are in college. And also like
I hate kids.
Mafia used to ball with me. He's 6'5", 240, but he pushed out like a bitch and quit playing. And I've been playing ball 6 days a week for my whole life. So I never stop playing ball. If my wife tries to interfere with my basketball, I'll put her in a fucking wood chipper. I don't tell my wife what to do. The other night she went out with like 7 whores to dinner, and I went, have a good time, pick up men, do whatever you want. I'm good. I'm watching Stanley Cup and NBA playoffs. I'm drinking rum over here. I got it all going. Gummies.
Pick up men. I'm sorry.
I go, pick up men, have a good time. Don't fuck with my boss. She goes, you're going to bed? I get up at 5 in the morning, ho. You're going to bed already? I'm going to bed, ho. I get up at 5 a.m., ho. To ball. Don't get in the way of my ball.
Hey, JB, you met your match. I thought you was a crazy motherfucker.
Take all the money. Just leave the basketball alone. Don't fuck with me when I go balling.
New co-host.
Brown is crazy.
Replace you.
This is Brown right here.
He's gonna
Hey, Scott, it's been an honor to have you.
We got to do it again.
Guy Larson. That's who got me on here.
Yeah.
He used to be my boss. He always made me side hustle money. That's what I liked about him. Like he called me up. Yo, Ferrall, I got you another nickel. Do this commercial. I didn't. He made me so much money the Fed started chasing me, like the IRS. You know,
I like Craig.
What are these $500? I'm like, I don't remember anything.
I am. I ain't filed taxes in years. But anyway, hey man, love you. Appreciate you. We got to do it again, brother.
All right, you guys are the best, man. Keep it up.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
New friends. I love you guys. Be cool.
You too, brother.
Yes,
Appreciate you. Peace.
Hey, I'll clap it up for Scott, man. That was an experience to say the least. Are you not entertained right now?
Are you not entertained?
My heart is racing right now. That was just nonstop action from beginning to the end.
Like he does that 24/7 though. Like I see why he had a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way your heart can withstand that energy every day. Like not only every day, homie, his heart attack is like waiting to happen every minute because he's so like exciting.
And he's stressed too. And you heard what he said. He said New York, at any moment I can get stabbed, R-word, SA, shot.
He didn't say those words. He said the whole word though.
He said the whole word. He said, I ain't gonna say, he said the whole word.
Yeah, we might get banned. But
yeah, we might. It might be our last show because
but shout out to Scott though.
Scott,
you know where I knew him from?
How you know Scott?
Howard Stern show. Yeah, he used to be on Howard Stern. Then he was on Howard Stern, on series when he got it. And then, that's how I kind of knew him. He was on Pat show, I think, once. He knows his, because, they're both Indiana guys. He was at Indiana with Dockett.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask him about Dan because Dan was the head coach after, Knight and them.
Gotcha.
So anyway, but I knew that the Indiana cats got the Indiana tree.
It's crazy, homie.
No, it is because I've known I got to become real good friends with Kevin Sumlin, obviously, and he's from Naptown.
Yeah, and
didn't know it though because he's had such an LA vibe. Like he sounded West Coast is like when you know a cat's from LA.
Yeah,
like,
their voice, their tone.
So we started, we always and I'm like I'm from right here because we was in Indiana. We were at that cigar lounge at Blaine's.
Yeah, Blaine. Yeah, Nikki Blaine.
We was at that cigar lounge. Then we went over to St. Elmo's. And we were all just chilling, man. And I didn't know he was from right there. But Indiana Tree is kind of wide.
We got some cats, bro. When you really break it down, like people be sleeping on us. We got some cats.
It's like a wide branch. Like it's a weird branch. It's like you meet a cat in like fucking Amsterdam. And he's like, oh, Indiana. Like,
people would never just think of like Indiana. Like it's not like a sexy state, but like we got some cats, homie, coaches, players.
It was a dope trade. That's why LA cats used to go there and sling double, Anyway, we had him on the show. But anyway, yeah.
Shout out to our guy Craig Larson though too, man. You know, he said, Craig made me so much money. The RS came to me. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hell
Craig,
yeah.
maybe some money too, Craig, on the side.
Let's do some what's happening now real quick. Let's do some what's happening now before we take commercial break, before Samaki Walker gets in, if we can.
Let's do it.
Bet. Smitty, this what's happening now right here. It's crazy. I don't know if you saw it.
What's going on?
Let me find it. Shit. So there's this guy. The context is in its own right. You'll see the video, but this guy, I'll give you the whole thing before. This guy went on and made a viral video on Instagram, absolute nobody. He's gained like 2 million followers on social media in just 2 weeks because he said he was going to quit his job and go on a boat and sell it around the world. And first off, go to Hawaii.
What? Okay.
And so, look, we're here to give you an update. Take a look.
Wait for a video that I make where I'm sailing away. Hopefully, in your eyes, it'll be a flash. It'll be one segment to another. But for me, the journey is...
Is he white or Mexican? Or both?
It don't matter. We know what type of shit it is.
And a sailboat at that, though. Like if there's any bad weather at all, he's dead.
He could be a brother, and this is white people shit.
Cry on camera, because that would be uncomfortable. But I'd be lying if I said I haven't had tears. Just because, I don't know. That was a really cool post to make, and it's just been it's crazy to think that this is just the beginning, and there is more to come.
He's 12 days in apparently right now, Smitty, and he was supposed to be in Hawaii by now, and apparently he's not there yet.
I bet. This is so stupid. People just do anything for clout, anything for clear. This is stupid, bro. Get off to the nearest piece of land and go get on the fucking plane or something and get home.
Some people, it's funny how the difference in people, like some people like it, some people hate it. Smitty hates it. Smitty says it's the worst thing he's ever seen in his life.
It's stupid. It's not entertaining. He's emotional because he's probably at this point regretting the decision. He's by himself. If there's any sort of bad weather that gets crazy wavy, this thing's going to tip over. D. Jones, I know it has an engine. My point is, this is a little small ass sailboat that can't withstand certain weather situations. You can talk to Joe Court about that. So I'm just saying, I just don't understand it. And then you told me that he quit his job for this. So okay, let's say you do make it, you get back, then what? Are you just planning on now just being, I guess, a YouTube star? I mean, maybe that works that way, but the only way for you to sustain this is you have to continue to do stupid shit and just go. Now you got to try to outdo this. Now you got to do what? You gonna fucking? I don't even know. I don't know. I understand creativity. I understand content. I'm a content creator at this point. I get all that, but like, make it make sense, homie.
He quit his job though.
I said that.
That's the main part about this whole story. Like, he quit his job, and that's I think is the ability that y'all generation get with social media. Because let me ask you something how it works. You know how it works. I don't know how it works because my Instagram, my big Instagram got deleted twice early on, and I never made money again because after that, they were paying me. That's why I got that whole, remember that 90-day fiance thing? They were paying me on TLC to do JB's Pillow Talk. But anyway, that was a whole thing. But anyway, let me ask you, how much would he make if he gained 2 million followers in 2 weeks? Is he now getting money for is people coming at him with like
brand opportunity, stuff like that? Probably so.
Damn.
So maybe JB, listen, do a fake video and say, hey, I'm gonna get on my yacht and I'm about to go all the way to somewhere and we can green screen, we can edit it to make it seem like you really did it, but really you're still in fucking LA. That's how social media works nowadays. Like you can
every day I do the show live from that green screen boat thing.
Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it. That
you should have told me that privately. Though. You're not telling me, and we could have did it. Dummy.
Well, it's all right. We'll be good. Our chat's so stupid. I forgot I even said it.
They're what?
They don't listen to me anyway.
He quit his job, homie.
That's the craziest thing in the world. Like, what are you gonna do?
Paris,
I understand going all in on like a dream. Like if you're trying to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, but this isn't a career. You're just doing one thing that you deem as being cool, and then what?
I think it's your generation that's stupid. And I think that they really think they can benefit from doing social media and think that that's their retirement. It's going to last forever. That's how I think the generation is that you're raising. Your generation's raising.
Nah, this is really your generation. My thing is this, though. They can't be this stupid. It's impossible.
No, it's not impossible, homie. It's the dumbest generation I've ever seen.
I mean, unless you have an actual condition. I'm talking about like regular, just like
that's not retarded. They're not retarded, homie.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, there's no way to be this stupid then.
No,
like,
they are. Stupid and retarded is totally different things.
Break it down right now, the difference right now.
So there's dumb.
Yep.
There's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's retarded. So if you put that to my book and what I said about what? Slapdick, fuckstick, and shitbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. It's dumb, it's stupid, retarded.
You never use fuckstick, by the way, but keep going.
I do, but it's slapdick, it's fuckstick, and shitbird. And then we got dumb, stupid, and retarded. It's the same shit.
Okay.
Dumb is like you're born that way. Nothing you can do. Good-hearted, good-natured guy. just can't comprehend shit other than anything. Like you can't even write your name really clearly. You're just a dumb person.
Okay.
Stupid. So here's the difference. When I used to recruit kids, all of them were dumb.
Okay.
But they're not stupid.
Ooh. Okay.
So here's the difference. They see stupid people can't see through bullshit lies that these coaches tell these kids every day, either when the recruiting process is working, can they? They can be dumb and not understand the offense or understand the install or understand the scheme. But they're not stupid when it comes to real recognizing real and saying, man, this motherfucker don't like me. He's not really trying to help me move on and get on. He's just using me to win him some games. That's not stupid, right? That's just, no, you recognize real. That's not stupid. They're not stupid, homie. These kids ain't stupid. They're dumb. Then the retard, homie. That's like the ultimate, like we say that jokingly, we're not really being medical clearance and going into the medical side and saying that's what he's classified as. No, what I say it is, and loosely joking is that you're the fucking shitbird of all of it. You're just an absolute fucking retard. And you're just a fucking can't get right. You're dumb, stupid combined. You're combined dumb and stupid. So you don't get any of the shit we just mentioned above us. So that is the ultimate.
So just for clarity and summation, in clarity, all your players you've ever recruited were all dumb.
Yeah, everybody. Dumb.
Even the ones watching the show right now. Okay, got you. I just want to make sure. Thanks for that breakdown.
They didn't qualify.
That's true. But how did they qualify?
I got them graduated.
That's the question. How'd you do that?
Got them in state.
All right, then.
Well,
should we do a hold on?
Quick commercial, man. If you can,
let's do a commercial real quick. We'll probably do it now, yeah.
Wait, what time is it on? Is he on?
I don't know, but he's not here right now, so we'll do a commercial. We'll do 5 minutes, and then whenever, and then we'll come back and we'll go from there. We got a lot more to talk about. We got Bill Bellichick doing some stuff with his girl again. We got Samaki Walker coming on.
Don't tell me. I haven't read the rundown because I just got it. I've been super loaded. It's been a rough 3 days. I went Friday, Saturday, Sunday out there on the yacht. It's been a long. It's just back to back because driving, boom, 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 and then staying out there and breaking down the boat, and the shit breaks, and the shit.
The weather was so good. I knew you was gonna be.
I had to.
Yeah, I knew it. The weather was too good.
I had to.
As a matter of fact, no commercial right now. I think Samaki about to hop on any second. So I just keep talking, keep killing time until you hops on. Chat, what's going on with y'all, man? How was y'all weekend? What did y'all do this weekend? I want to hear from y'all. We always talking about us and giving our personal business out. What was y'all doing this weekend? Jay Steezy, Jordan Ortega, Lucy. What was y'all doing? Cole Vaden. What was y'all doing? JB, we don't feel bad though, respectfully.
But you think the guy on the yacht giving up his job was sweet?
Right, he did say that. Two things can't be true though, right?
Weirdo.
But we got a legend, JB. We got a legend on right now, man. So we'll get back to that here in a second. 10-year NBA veteran, NBA champion, a guy who I watched growing up, man, and, you know, during my childhood. The one and only Samaki Walker's in the building. Bring him on. What's going on, OG?
Fellas, what's happening, man? Damn, you just made me feel old. Did you say when you was...
I'm 31, so I'm the young one on the show. You know what I mean? I just remember,
got you.
As a Lakers fan, watching you, man, playing with you on the video game, NBA Live. You know what I'm saying? So it's an honor to have you on here.
Hey, Samaki, all I knew is you was a Pisces. That's all I knew. Because I'm February 21st, 76. Same year. I'm 4 days older than you, dog.
Okay, family. Yes, sir. You know how we Pisces get down. Say less.
Y'all probably got a little crazy in y'all, though. We got to keep it real.
a little bit.
Hey, we got that professional gangsterism. That's all we are, dog. That's all we are. Hey, man, I can't thank you enough for coming on here, brother. Appreciate you, man. Listen, I got to ask you straight out the gate, like watching you in college and getting in the league and having a long-ass career and playing and going through all these trials and tribulations that I don't see anymore. Let me be clear. I don't see the kids going through the same things that we had to just because of the benefits. I'm not mad at it, but I think you and I and all these other folks, I play football, obviously, you're basketball, paved the way for the younger cats to make the money they're making. So when you see these younger cats, going on shows, and I go on Matt Barnes and them a lot and all the smoke and all these other cats I know, I'm like, is the respect really being, I guess, is the homage being paid? Because we've had this discussion. Draymond talking to B. Davis about I don't respect the older cats, and Barron was like, "Hell no, you better." And then there was an argument there. We had it on this show. Like, I don't understand the cat like Draymond Green saying he don't respect the old heads because they don't respect us. Well, we gotta respect you for like, come on now, man. Like, we paved the way. I don't know how you don't respect that. And these cats are making more money, Samaki, and shit we could ever imagine. So I'm just trying to figure out the respect level.
Well, for me, it's twofold. There's a disconnect between this generation and prior generation. But I look at it as, big business has a lot to say in this. Technology, the way it's changed things than we grew up. So to your point, I definitely see the disrespect. And like yourself, I have issues with it. But I try to figure, where does it come from? As the game has evolved, the big business has evolved. You got to understand now when we were fans, we didn't have access to the packages and the things of that nature, the access to these kids have. Who they marketed to was the adults. Now, because of technology, everybody has a phone and things of that nature. Anybody can watch. And so I think that the NBA has shifted from marketing to people like us, the OGs, who saw the game totally different. Now you got this young fan base and new group of kids who are coming in who don't necessarily come under that tutelage of like what we had. And what big business has done is probably giving them a platform to, pretty much run it the way they want to run it. You know what I'm saying? And it's an eyesore for guys like ourselves who had to grind it, right? And really, we got. I would say it would be a bad taste in our mouth for the simple fact of all we want to do is give the kids the game, right? That's all we really want to do is give the kids a game, and that comes with adversity. And unfortunately, due to social media, things of that nature, now you have a lot of psychological issues that just go untalked about with this next youth generation. And so it's multifaceted, man. Where I don't want to just. I really want to figure out what the issue is because I'm tired of going back and forth with these youth, and I try to figure out, okay, these guys are sensitive because of this reason. And so even when I'm working with kids now, man, I try to approach them different and still keep the same energy that we had. And don't get me wrong, I'm not definitely stepping over my principles and things I built, but I do think that we got to catch up with the times and find a way to communicate with these kids, different for the simple fact of, and if some of the adults need to take the blame for it. it's easy to point the finger at these kids, but how did they get there? Right? And we don't want to. Somehow we just showed up, and these kids just got here, and we're not taking accountability for it. You got some parents who think giving their kids the good life is all about making things easy for them. And that was a part of our generation.
No doubt.
Right? Yeah. And so we got to take some accountability, for that. And a guy like Draymond, I really like Draymond Green, his old school energy, right? What he brings to the game out there on the floor, things of that nature. He is sort of a throwback. But he does show some signs of that soft, emotional, that new generation type energy at times, right? To say that old heads don't respect you is totally false, right? It's totally false. And Draymond, I'm disappointed because he does communicate. He comes across as a guy who communicates well. But at the same time, just because you articulate your words well, don't mean that you have emotional intelligence, right? And that's what I'm looking for, is the emotional intelligence. So it's twofold, y'all. Yes, there's obviously a disconnect. And we OGs felt pushed to the side because the gift is be able to give it back, right? You want to give it back. And when you feel cut off and chopped off at the neck, it hurt. And it hurt. Yeah. Because, that's part of the process. You get taught and you give it back. And so big business has done away too. I mean, the NBA has done a fine job of disconnecting the past and the future. Like you don't see a lot of old videos of the old players and things anymore. You don't see that. Those are teaching points. Right. Yeah. So this is about money. The business of basketball has grown. It's global now. It's really picked up in Europe and across Africa and things of that nature. So winning the way we saw it is not the same anymore. I don't think that's the main thing anymore. We can say it is, but the truth is big business, big money. The way they market players now, it's easy to make anybody a star. And by having more stars, you can send those guys out to the rest of the world and market and say, hey, come look at us. And I think that's what you're seeing. And within that, there's a lot of stuff that's going on.
Hey, Smitty, real quick. Mike, I got a question. So you were drafted 9 in 96. A good friend of mine, yep. I hooped in high school with the O'Bannons, Ed and Charles. And Ed was 9 in 95. Ed was number 9 in 95, year before you, with KG and Joe Smith and all that class. I think Andrew. I think McDice, and it was a good class. Rasheed Wallace, those are all in that 9. You had a hell of a class in 96. Same thing. He's the guy who now we know of as this NIL starter. He went there and sued the NCAA. Everybody, got paid. Smitty got a check at Ball State, like $14. But look,
I got cool little check. I was happy.
Hey,
get little video game check.
Where you at now with this NIL thing? You think it's really put a huge impact on these kids' mindsets as they travel upwards to the NBA and the NFL for high school and college, going to the NFL? I think it's the first time, I say it all the time, it's transcending upwards for the first time. The transfer portal with NIL, these kids driving Hellcats and driving and smashing them and reckless driving and all this shit we have with these kids, man, that because they got more money than we've ever imagined in college. I love them getting paid. I love us getting paid as college athletes, but I just don't think this is the way to do it. And I don't think Ed, when he filed the suit, intended for this to be the way either. I thought it was name, image, and likeness, but now it's pay to play. Where are you at with this whole thing?
I have to agree with you on the impact of the NIL. It's not what we wanted. Obviously, we all want to see the players, be able to get paid and have some money in their pocket, but why wasn't the infrastructure laid out in the beginning? And so there was a lot of people getting their hands paid on the side too, right? I think it was by design because now, obviously, you can take advantage more of the kids now. There was more room. That you're going to give that money to these kids, there's a lot of sharks waiting around it to tap into that too. So now the more infrastructure you put now, the harder it is to tap and taking advantage of that. So I think we're in the wild, wild west version of it. And I think it's slowly beginning to have some structure, which is hard. From what I understand, there's a lot of layers to it. And I'm hearing it's going to take some more time before they really get it right. And so I'm even hearing things as if, okay, if a player leaves, if a player wants to transfer, that money should go to the school, things of that nature. So there's a lot of ideas that are being thrown out there to try to make this thing make sense. And so it'll be fair to the teams as well, because now it's good to at least know that schools are allocated a certain amount of money. Before it was, okay, if I got more money than you in trouble. Now we know that they're allocating a certain amount of money each schools, and it's up to the schools to dictate what they want to do, how they're going to divide it up with their programs to football, basketball, etc. I do like the fact that kids, like I said, have an opportunity, and families now have an opportunity because of, it's been like the pros. I mean, college coaches are getting paid like pros. Everybody else is getting paid like pros. But where's the infrastructure? No, I think that's what we're missing. And when you don't have that, it's easy to take shots at the whole NIL. And let's get the adults in the room, clear the BS, all the politics, and put some real infrastructure in here so the kids and everything can move on, right? Because I think it can be done. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I can't imagine Samaki Walker telling Denny Crum, hey, dog, I ain't showing up today because I make more money than you. That's what's happening right now with these cats. And I don't know if there's only a few old school. That's why Coach K got out, right? That's why Saban left football. I think they're seeing, man, we're not teaching these kids we're not toughening their skin at all. We're not teaching them any trials and tribulations. They get money, and then they think they've solved the world. Nah, dog, it's about to hit you still. It's about to still hit you in the mouth. And I don't think they understand that. But go ahead real quick. I know Smitty's got some questions.
Yeah, I was going to chime in because if I'm not mistaken, Samaki, you have a son who's hooping right now. Is he in high school right now, if I'm not mistaken?
I have a son in high school. I have a son that's with the Trailblazers right now as well. He's in his third year. It's a big year for him right now. And then my oldest just got back from overseas.
For sure. Okay, nice. That's amazing. So I guess focusing more so on your high school boy, as we talk about NIL and we talk about kind of the current system, are you already kind of having some of these early conversations with them, or are you kind of trying to wait it out? I guess from a father perspective, with the game changing, I guess how was that dynamic?
Hey, it's crazy. Well, I'll tell you this. I just came off. My daughter was just at South Carolina. She was on the national championship team last year. The year before last year rather. She's transferring to, not Stanford, but Cal Berkeley just to do her last year.
Okay.
I use that as an example for the NIL because it was the first time I actually sit in on the deals, and how I see this money being thrown around is crazy. The money that a person that's coming off the bench that's hardly playing, and the money that they're getting, I mean, it's ridiculous. And so it opened my eyes up because I was a bit naive and a little ignorant to the totality of how this thing works. But that opened my eyes, and being in the room negotiating here and actually negotiating an extra 50 so grand. This is business now.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I watch my daughter do this. I'm learning hands-on.
Right.
She's in here we talk before we go in the room. Just let me know what you want. So I know we know how to go in and play. So we going in like business partners, right? And then obviously we got some insider information about they got the money, don't let them shortchange you. So you having these conversations like it's a real business. Yes. So to your point, I am learning on the fly. I am, taking notes. And yes, we are having this conversation with my son. Listen, we don't want this to, at the same time, to spoil the main thing. We got to keep the main thing. And that's my main message foremost, right? But I do want to understand you do have an opportunity that I didn't have when I grew up. You have an opportunity if you put in this work, coming out of high school. I mean, you could possibly put yourself in a comfortable situation moving forward. It's possible by the time you leave college, you can set your future up for the rest of your life. Like that's not just academic from an academic standpoint anymore, right?
That's what I was going to ask you, because that's crazy. That's what I was going to ask you. Like, it's changed. It's not it's no longer student athlete. Unless you have a strong figurehead as a parent that's been there, done it as yourself, played the game, went through college, went to the NBA, played the highest level, then had a kid to go through the same steps. How many guys are having kids, though, that don't know shit about shit and are allowing these kids to fail, though? Like, I was talking to Matt and Stack and all these guys on their show the other day, and Jelani McCoy and stuff, good friend of mine. We're talking about the same thing. Like, they're talking to their kids and other parents that didn't play or travel the same travel as you did that are clueless. At least you guys have some sort of like telling your son, motherfucker, I play. I know what it is. Like, we got guys that don't know, and we're seeing a bigger failure rate, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's 1,000%, man. And it's tough. And don't get it twisted. It's tough for these dads too. When you dad, right? When you got kids, your kids, they see you as dad. You know, yeah, my son made, but it was like pulling hen teeth. Again, you still have this, they're growing up in a different environment, in a different world. There was time where Ball is Life had a bigger word than I had. It's hard to tell a kid, go do these fundamentals here and on Ball is Life, hang tween, back, boom. Then he got 30, 50,000 likes. Kid one piece of that.
Yeah.
So it was tough, man. It was pulling hand teeth. We butted heads, we fought, scratched, everything, man, to get this kid here. Only to get him to the second to the last pick. You know, we almost didn't make it. So it's tough. And I got to keep it real, you know, without, you know, sugarcoating. And I try to use my example as much as possible. And I don't want people to think it's because we players, because there's a lot of NBA players, kids ain't making it too. Right? Yeah. And just because you played NBA don't mean you understand the structure. You can't be talented as an NBA. You know this. Don't mean you got it up here. Right. And it don't even make you a good parent. So there's many layers to this. Put our egos aside. Listen, I made the decision that my career is over. I'm not getting ready to live vicariously through my son. I see a lot of parents doing that now, and this is the problem. That's why I said everything that we see, we got to take some responsibility for. I go to these games and watch these parents on the sideline yelling at the kids, living vicariously. It's about them. You know these sidelines. So we adults got to take some responsibility. And yes, I would like to see the structure to help save these coaches, because these coaches' jobs are also, and we need to take that a responsibility. I tell my son, this coach may have a daughter and a son, and he's a family man whose job and his livelihood is predicated on how you get up every morning, how you work. So I got to paint the big picture for you. And this is the problem. We're not doing that. Everything is these small little pictures. Going here, go to college, high school. No, the big picture. This man has a family just like you. You wouldn't want nobody doing your dad like that. So when you go in, understand that you're going in with a much bigger purpose. This is bigger than basketball. And if you can paint that picture to the kids now, which I think is lost, everything is about sports and not teaching the life skills. And so we get back to that, and I think that's what's eroded. We can have all the money and all the things, but where's the life skills? Where's the skills, adults? Stop joining in with the kids. Stop being their friend and their buddy, because that's what I'm seeing a lot in today's world, right? Everybody want to be friends now. And let's get the real adults back in the room to handle the real issues.
Nah, I love it, man. We're seeing that with, you know, we argue that all the time with like Ja and his pops. Like, are you being the pops or the homie? Like, you know, that's a whole other thing. But let me ask you, Jabbar, your boy up in Portland, they re-upped Chauncey's contract and gave him an extension. Jabbar, you like playing for Chauncey? Has Chauncey got a shot to turn this thing? He's been there now a few years, and I'm glad he's gotten the longer
time. Yeah,
we see guys getting fired like a motherfucker. I'm curious how you guys liking Chauncey and his development.
I'll be honest, I like Chauncey, man. Look, Chauncey's an old school developer, right? And look, we in this new era where everybody, like to your point, get fired quick, right? We're happening to the time where we get a chance to put our development hat on and get a chance to build these players. It's harder today because it's going back to the sensitive kids, right? And it's tough now. And so I love what Portland did. Jabari, I think that Chauncey, like me, is an extension of how he's been raised. You know, the tough, the hard nose, the confrontation and things of that nature. I think he's done well. I think Chauncey is phenomenal you know, as a coach and his approach and the things. I think it's the kids that need to adjust to that.
Gotcha.
You know,
makes sense.
I tell my son, look, man, there's been times where you could have got with Damian Lillard, work with him. These kids in their own world now, man. It's like, look, I'm trying to teach you how to play politics, right? Go with Dame. And go get up with Dame in the gym, bro. Nah, they don't want to. Everybody, they in their own world now, man. Get off the social media. Like, I'm trying to teach you how to be a pro. Don't post the videos with all your, you know, all your styles and what you're wearing. If you want to post videos, show what you do behind the scenes in your work. This is your brand. Remember, if you're carrying your brand, build that, but be responsible the right way. Not just showing the world that I got a little money now, so I'm gonna go buy this and buy that and all that. Like, people don't want to see that, right? And the people who are upstairs, who also have families that are relying on you to come to work, don't want to see that. So, yeah. And as a father, sometimes you got to let the chips fall where they may. And I'm one of those dads that do. And I'll be honest. I'll tell you,
all right. Yeah.
I'll be real. I got a phone call from the Blazers right when Jabari got drafted. And I tell this story because, again, it's important that we share these stories and keep it 100, man, because everybody wants to think, everything is perfect. You got to sign the NBA thing. No, it's tough. It's tough. There's some disconnect because he's a 25-year-old, 23-year-old now that's growing, trying to become a man in a process in a world that's telling him, hey, you the shit. Excuse my language. But you the shit. And now you start looking at that. It's like, let me see now. Let me start reevaluating these things around in my world. And that has to happen, right? You got to allow the room for the kid to grow. And we got to understand as adults. But at the same time, okay, now as a man, now you got to become a man. You make these decisions, you make these decisions, you got to live with it. And so early on, I share a story. I got it right after the draft. He goes into Portland. And it's an ego thing. You got Shaden Sharp get drafted here, Jabari get drafted last. And so in his mind, he felt like he wanted to get drafted higher. Okay.
Colorado, right? Colorado?
Yeah. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But first, you got to go killing your workout. See, I know how this works, right? You can't bullshit me. I know how this works. Right. We ain't going to point the finger at nobody else. So what happens, okay, gets drafted, good. We in there now. Now it's okay, Shady get to walk a little different. I was the number 9 draft. You get to walk a little different when you a lottery. You ain't number 25 or 30 or 50. So in his mind, he wants to be Shaden Sharp and walk around that. Nah, the team like, hey, it don't work like that. So this is his first experience of even have to deal with those kind of politics. And so now, they want him to come in early to work out. Hey, we want to get your body a little stronger, body fat up. Let's go. Let's get some work in. So we need you to come in early. He come in, show up. I get a phone call. Now, mind you, this is the NBA. I get a phone call from the GM. This ain't college and high school. They call you daddy.
Damn.
They call you daddy. So you're very fortunate, number one, to get a phone call.
Right.
They respect the relationship. Hey, man. Yeah. Or he came in and we told him to come in early a couple of days, man. First day, he don't show up. Second day, come in and flip-flops and ready. I'm like, what? I'm like, man. I'm like, yo. So now, as a dad, I'm sitting here like, man, now I got to go confront him. Now he don't want to hear my mouth. And I'm like, you brought me into this. I was chilling. I'm chilling. Yeah, I get a phone call from the Portland Trail Blazers. So now, which you ought to be very, very fortunate and lucky about that they brought me into this, because now it gives you and I time to work this out. And so now, and we butted heads off of that. And that was at them in the real. And I said, you know what? If you don't like it, you go about and do it your way. But at some point in time, you're going to have to meet the maker. So I ain't one of those dads going to hold you to we're going to do this because we're going to make the money here. Yeah, the money is great. But I got to look you in the eye as a man every day. And I ain't part of that. I'm about that. I come from a strong father. I grew up with a strong male in my life and things of that nature. And so we grew up talking world events, things of that nature. It was bigger than basketball. And I'll be damned if I water down my fundamentals of life to put it into this kid's world, right? And that's what I mean by us adults stepping up. If you want to go play overseas, it's over there. But guess what? That's a grind too. That's even harder. Trust me, I know. I almost got sent home after the NBA was over, thinking I was gonna go over there and bust some ass. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
If that's what you want, here it is. And so this is where we at now. And now it's on him. Now you got to, it's up to him, Chauncey, and what they want to do, because that's your coach. I can't no longer help.
You had opportunity. Like the story's crazy.
I love this, man. Yeah.
Like you made 2 points that stuck out. Like you're not gonna helicopter dad the kid, but you also got that call to save his life ultimately, or his career maybe.
Yeah, his career.
So,
yeah.
like,
there you go. There you go. And the thing about it is, look, don't get sensitive now. I ain't never been the one to step on no eggshells. You gotta. These kids they deal with confrontation poorly.
Oh, bad.
I explained to my son, articulate. I said, son, the most important thing you're gonna learn is how to deal with confrontation. That's emotional intelligence. In this business, you got to learn that even more than your skill. And it's hard for these kids, man, because most of the time is in cliques and things. They're not reading enough. They're not educating themselves, man. And so their attention span is short. And I have to look at that. It really is a psychological thing that's being impacted by the new technologies and things. So anytime we have new technology, we always have to understand how it affects our society. I try to do that because it all the way down to your household, right? And but with all that being said, man, look, it's this kid is in the league.
Yeah,
the kid is in the league. He has opportunity.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It don't have to be all roses and things of that nature. That's not how life works. You know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. And I work with kids, and I tell kids my story, young kids, I want them to know, because everybody think, oh, you made it sign the NBA. Yeah, we did that. They see me training them when we're younger. Man, this shit was hard.
Hell yeah.
It was hard, and still hard as a parent now, because you got a kid that's growing. Nature's finding him to find his own identity as a man. And I need that to happen too. But I need it to happen in an organic way, and not just the athlete's mind where you become some egotistical guy that's hard to talk to now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the balance.
No, that's real, man. But before you hop off, man, again, I'm a big time Lakers fan. JB's a Lakers fan as well. I got to ask you, I guess, 2 questions. Number one, what was your favorite memory individually as a Laker? And then number 2, I'm a big time Kobe guy. Obviously, rest in peace. I would love to hear just if there's like a memory that comes to mind, or just it could be locker room, on the court, whatever, of you and Kobe.
Yep. So obviously the ultimate goal, man, is to win a championship. Yep. And for me, to have a phone call from Magic, Shaq, and Kobe during that summer saying, hey man, you can come here and win. And we need you. We have a place for you. I mean, I had other options at that time to go, and I turned down money, man, to go play with the Lakers. It was a no-brainer for me. It was never for me. I'm kind of old school. I wish I was a little more new school, but it wasn't always about the money. Yeah. For me, it's a competition, man, and the love for the game. I really think that I'm one of those old throwback dudes, man, and wish I was a little more. I probably should have chased the money a little more, but I would have missed out on that opportunity, and that opportunity helped change my life. Get a chance to play with Shaq, Kobe, Rick Fox, Robert Horry, Bish. I mean, that was a very unique group, of individuals, man, who all had their own individual personalities, and you got a chance to see why this thing worked. With Cole, and then you get a chance to watch a guy who's so obsessed with improvement and getting better as it pertains to the sport of basketball, that the energy that he brought was, like Michael Jordan. The only other person I knew that carried and embodied that energy, was Mike. When Cole walked in the room, because you knew what he represented, it made you uncomfortable if you wasn't about that life. And that's what a lot of people don't want to tell you.
That's a bar.
It made you uncomfortable about that life, because he represented what we all wanted to be, and he held that for years. And I'll tell you a story. I got injured. I injured my ankle one time, and you got to come in early, obviously, for treatment. I'm going in for treatment. Practice is around 11 o'clock. I get in at 8. Gary Vitti, doing his thing. I get there, Kobe already icing down. And he's watching there's a TV in the corner. He's watching the TV in the corner. And I'm looking, didn't pay much, but he's just watching videos and, going back and forth. And so I didn't think nothing of it. So day 2, I come in. It's the same thing. Kobe sitting there with ice, going through the video. But I noticed, I'm like, damn, it looked like the same spot it was on yesterday. and so I asked Gary Vitti, I'm like, damn, why is he icing down? Is he good? He said, yeah, he practices before you guys practice. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, he practiced. We practice at 11. He come in practicing? He said, yeah, man. He said, he actually practiced 3 times a day. I'm like, I can't believe that, man. So I'm like, Cole was usually a quiet dude, and I was told when I got there, be comfortable with him not talking to you and doing this and that. But I'll be honest, I never really experienced that. We kind of communicated a lot, actually, which was weird, considering what I was told. And right. I think because of my way, I was raised by a strong father, and I didn't give a damn. I didn't want to hang around nobody. I didn't care about who was who, and I think that energy came off a certain way too. I'm a big reader. Kobe's very articulate and a very smart dude away from basketball about life on a lot of levels, right? And so I think we connected there. And so that we get back on the 3rd day, I said, I'm gonna go down and see what he's doing. I get there the 3rd day, he's down there on the court. I get there extra early, obviously, and he's on the court, no trainer, just out there by himself. And he's just, boom, shot fake. Nope, for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, no shots. He's just going to all the spots. Elbow, mid post, all that. He rolled the ball out, jump stop, look over his shoulder, inside pivot, jump stop, outside pivot, outside pivot, shot fake, outside shot fake, step through, boom, turn over my right shoulder, fade away, shot fake. I said, damn it, not even a shot. And then I realized it hit me. This dude's imagination. I'm like, he's connecting the game with his imagination. Damn. His imagination. All the things we see he does with ease. He's done it in his mind already. He was light years ahead of us. Damn. I'm like, damn, this dude is here. No trainer, ain't nobody rebounding, ain't nobody doing nothing. Imagination. Shot fake, details. Step through, jab. I'm like, damn, this dude is cold.
And my eyes tear up, man. This is crazy. Like, this is different. Like, I'm the biggest. Like, it's like people don't got that mindset. Like, when you really love the game,
bro.
Baby,
I'm telling you.
Hey, that's why when Matt Barnes threw the ball, faked the ball, he didn't move.
He didn't move, dog. Bro,
that's crazy.
He didn't move.
That's crazy, Samaki. Everybody move. You could be. I know the toughest dude. Everybody gonna do this. Like that's a natural. This a instinct. He didn't move, Samaki.
Bro, the dude was different, man. There was a lot of Kobe stories, man. But I'm like, bro, this guy, man, and he was so smart because he knew that the shot was taking away the detail of the moves. Yeah. So kids want to shoot the ball all the time. That's why I learned, even when I train now from him, back in 2002, some of my philosophies today, when I really want to hammer home a drill, we taking the shot away. I want you to focus strictly. I want you to mentally prepare, feel, and connect to this move so that when you get to the game time, it's natural. It's natural. And then I seen this documentary where they were actually had some racers. They were running, I think, 100-meter dash, and they put these electrodes on their head, and they said, listen, we want you guys just to run the race in your mind. We're going to click the timer like everything else, shoot the gun, and we want you to run it in your mind. And these electrodes went to flashing on the computers and things like that. And what it showed was that the muscle-mind connection is real. Though those guys weren't physically moving, the fact they were thinking about it, those muscle patterns were firing up as if they were running the race. I said, wow, Kobe was light years ahead of us. And I didn't see that until years later. I was like, this dude on another level, man. And so that's the Kobe, man, that we all know. and he was an amazing detailer, man. He's the ultimate detailer, the ultimate discipline that I've never seen before in my life.
Let me ask you full circle, get you out of here, man. I can't thank you enough for this.
Man, that's a beautiful story.
Let me ask you, in the news today, apparently Giannis has come out and said, I'm open to other teams, obviously. Obviously, the Lakers pop into your mind to everybody out there because they've always been historically, right, a team that can get that big-time guy, the addition, the Shaq, and whoever, the Karl Malone and GP at that year, and obviously
back in the days, whatever.
Yeah. Like, is there any possibility, knowing how the cap works and the money and all the luxury taxes, is there any shot that they go after a big name guy like a Giannis or anyone else out there, KD, somebody to go up? Because I believe LeBron at least plays one more year and does a retirement tour, right? At least I would expect. With Luka's now, hopefully, or I don't know if hopefully, but the reins being passed to probably Luka as he's only 25 or 6. Is there any shot that this is a possibility?
Man, this is a tough one for me, y'all. I mean, this is really a tough one, man, because my thing is I don't see the LeBron Luka thing coming together as a lot of people wanted to. I don't, unfortunately. I don't, bro. If you're gonna hand the thing to Luka, go ahead and hand it to Luka.
LeBron gotta go though, huh?
Gotta go, dog.
I hear you,
dog. It kills me to say this.
Like, dang, I gotta say it.
Because Luka needs guys that's catch and shoot right now. Even as good as LeBron was, outshine him in the playoffs, you don't need that kind of player with Luka being dominant. You need a guy who's gonna catch and shoot. And LeBron did phenomenal. He played the best. We saw him even catch and shoot, right? But he's not a catch and shoot guy. Yeah. He'll get your catch and shoot. And shout out to him for, at this stage of his career, still continuing to evolve his game. But what you need with Luka is similar to what you needed, what he had in Dallas, right? Yeah. And if you can get pieces, and here's the thing. I'm like, look, Ron, we got your son in place. Like, we did you some favors. This is time. It's time now. And if you really want to help us like we help you, then let's make this happen. You know what I'm saying? And so that's tough, man. It's tough to say that, the arguably one of the best players in the NBA to move on from him. But if you want Giannis, for me, if you have a chance at that, you got Giannis don't want to be under LeBron.
Nah.
Giannis is Giannis. Giannis ain't don't want to be under LeBron. Yeah. Don't nobody want to be under LeBron, none of them echelon star players. Not no KD either. So with that being said, what you gonna do, Lakers?
Now LeBron has a no trade clause in his contract, so I think to your point, it would have to be something where they talk to him and LeBron would have to kind of agree. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody can fact check me on that. I'm pretty sure he has that in his contract.
Okay,
so
probably him and Bradley Beal. I know Bradley Beal had one. I didn't know that. Okay, and if that's because he was worried about. I remember him making a comment saying he didn't want to
make that joke about AD.
Was out of there. Yeah, that's what made me
think. I'm pretty sure he got no trade clause. Again, if I'm wrong, call me out, but I'm pretty sure that's in there.
Yeah, I think he does too. It's crazy. Hey, last thing for me, real quick. Steph, he's hurt. Usually don't get hurt. He gets through this. He's got a hammy, soft tissue. Don't know if he'll play. Without him, I don't think they can beat the Timberwolves' youth or depth with only Jimmy and now Buddy Hield seems to be their other off-the-ball scorer. I don't know if they can survive. I don't know if they can survive without Steph. But if Steph were to come back and win this and for somehow get to another ring, is the argument that this is really his generation and not LeBron's? That's the only thing I've been asking. It has to be a real conversation, dog.
What? Hey, what you mean? The argument is already there.
Thank you.
The argument is there.
I've been telling this young motherfucker, man.
Hold on, for clarity though. I love Steph. Yep. Again, I'm a Kobe guy, which means being real. Growing up, if you're a Kobe guy, you're not a LeBron guy. That's just how it is. You have to pick a side.
Well, you sure defend LeBron like a motherfucker.
I try to come on this show and I try to just keep it even, keep emotions out, and keep it fair.
Right.
You say it's already an argument as far as who era it is. Are you saying that there's an argument that Steph is better than LeBron, or are you saying that Steph had just had a more successful or more
era,
more successful as far as winning than LeBron? It's a different conversation.
I think LeBron is a better player. Not even close. I think LeBron is a better player. I think what he can do ability-wise on the floor, to your question, that's a great question. I'm glad you clarified that. As the best player, rebounding, overall impact on the game. This is how we measure the game. But it has nothing to do with the other players now you play with them too. And with Steph's style of play, has been the most productive because what he does without assists, he does in movement. So his guys get the ball because of the way he moves. Draymond Green, these cuts. And so guys have learned to play with him. So we can't downplay his impact either. It's that we haven't seen it this way before. So we got to take our time and really break it down what this guy is doing. And, I mean, hell, I can get wide open shots, you know, with Steph. And hell, here's my point. If Draymond Green really was going back to Draymond, and I'm this because this is why I'm pissed. I love Draymond. I wanted to say this because he's gotten away with murder without evolving. He's the only one player in there that ain't involved in this game. I watched LeBron James shoot three. I'm watching Al Horford shoot threes. You mean to tell me you can't go back in the summer and work on your three? You killing Steph. All Steph running around, Steph would be even have a better career and probably another championship if you just shot the three ball wide open. You know how potent it would be? So
they leave him open.
I watch him just sit there and dribble. And look, don't get me wrong, high IQ guy, but could you really be productive on other teams outside of that system? What would you do? What would your game look like? So that's piped down a little bit, Draymond. On the real, I love what you are with this Steph system because you got the ultimate team player running around that makes you be able to slow the game down for your style. So to your point, not to draw.
Now you good.
I like what Steph has done from a more dominant standpoint. He looked more dominant than LeBron in that era from a team standpoint with his teams. LeBron looked dominant individually in his ability to get downhill and things, but when you add the shooting in and what Steph has been able to do, the argument is right there.
Let me ask you, how much credence do you hold with the team, with guys going to Steph where LeBron goes to guys? Like he's never left. That's Kobe-esque, right? Everyone comes to him. I got to carry that. That has to carry weight, dog.
It's got to carry weight. It's got to carry weight.
I don't get it.
It's got to carry weight. And then you go in and guys that play around you win. Then it's easy to play with you. KD goes there and win. KD ain't won since.
Exactly. Or before.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler goes there. It don't even take a season for you to fit in. What Jimmy said, all you gotta do is, bro. He's doing all the running. All you gotta do is get to the spot. Like, who don't want to play with him? Bro, look how long did Draymond Green has played, dog. Like, let's keep it real. A dude that got no offense, dog. Come on.
With a limited skill set, yeah. I agree.
You know, now, hold on, I got to defend Draymond a little bit. Draymond knocked down a couple threes here and there now.
Yeah, 3 3 in one game. That's it. 3 3 in one game.
Samaki, great defender.
Yep.
The point forward, him and Steph got this thing in sync where Steph's running around, but Draymond got the timely passes, the back. So, like, they don't win without Draymond.
All right, and that's why they got rid of Clay. And because he's more important to Steph than even Clay was. So to your point, I agree. But at the same time, yes, you do all those things. But if you just went and worked on this one thing in the summer, it would be a game changer. Game changer. That would be the game changer. But he's gotten comfortable, and now he knows he can play, just handing off doing this and doing that. How about being a better finisher at the rim or getting a couple post moves, Dre? And stop throwing it up. Like, bro, I feel like he's going to miss it every time he tries to quick the ball up there. He trying to quick it as opposed to just get a touch. Like, bro, give me a couple moves. I would love that shot. I love him now, but I'm saying he would be here like, bro, like with his IQ, just a couple moves. Oh, man. And that's what I'm clamoring. That's why I got pressure on Draymond because I think he does have the IQ to do it. And the fact that he hasn't done that, you running Steph into the ground. I'm trying to do hamstrings right now. But man, that's it, man.
Hey, and to wrap this up, man, I can't thank you enough for joining us. That's the story you told about Kobe. 3 practices before practice, and now all the mainstream media making excuses for the Joker, who's just he's exhausted, he's tired. Man, that's the story you told is the shit I say every day on this show. Like, man, come on, you fly private now, you got caterers. Come on, man, you was kneed up in the back of a commercial jetliner traveling and having to do the same shit. I ain't giving Joker no pad. I love Joker.
Also 7 foot 300, so it's a little different. That's all I'm saying.
So was Shaq, homie.
And
so
Shaq will get tired.
Come on, homie. Like, there was no excuse about playing again. Like Barkley said, I'm confused. Barkley said, well, it's unfair to Joker to have to play Friday night and then Sunday afternoon. But the OKC Thunder played the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, I will say this, though.
Here we go.
I never seen a big man that be so involved in every damn thing, though.
No, I get it.
I was a big Joker guy on his defense before he won a championship. I came out and hey, Joker, you slow, you're getting killed on defense. I watched the guy go back, just got in better shape. And this is all I ask. I watched the guy come back in better shape, destroy the league, and get his ring. He don't got to do nothing else for me. I seen a player go through the adversity, take his lumps, and then come back and say, here I am again. I'm taking it all of it. I want it all. I love that. As an old school player, Joker, he ain't got nothing yet. You know, he ain't going to be the guy that's going to go block shots and everything. You know, everybody ain't got it all. But what he does, bro, I ain't really never seen nobody do at the big. Now, you know,
how much is that? Not to cut you off, how much is that, like, because of the team never really got a center, like, to help him come off the bench? I know they got a guy that gives you energy and been a role playing big forever. And what's his name?
DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
But what, like, the minutes and just what they ask him to do, there's no player in the NBA is asked to do what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying. And that's just they probably like, I don't want to go spend money for it because this guy is going to be playing most of the time and the way he does what he does. And the truth is, we're in an era where numbers matter. They want to get these players numbers and shoot the numbers up and everything like that now. You know, they want some of these new players to replace some of the old players. And how do you do that? You got to get the numbers up, right? And so, but I will say this. I would like to see him play in a much more physical league with the older physical bigs. I think that would be different. I still think he'll be able to score, but when you got to play against the Duncan, you got to go play against the Rasheed Wallace 9 in, 9 out. You got to go play against even a Shaq. Yeah, and we talking about the centers. You know that's.
And you know what I don't get? Like, when people talk about how versatile he is and all that, I get it. But, like, there was also a 6'10", 6'11" guy that is the same guy as him, but more skilled in Akeem Olajuwon now that gave his ass the blues, too. So, like, come on now.
And the defense things, having the defensive presence, this guy never went against those kind of the bigs, right? Like, the league changed. It took the bigs out, more space and so. But I will not downplay what this man doing. And then when I see the way he moved these guys around, I have no doubt that offensively he can have some success against these guys. I don't think Shaq, none of those guys can stop this guy.
I think now Shaq got to come off the perimeter now. He like, come here.
Damn.
And that's different.
I watch,
but I'm more on Samaki's tip. I'm more on your. I agree with Samaki more that he has to defend and get beat up though too in the box or in the block.
There you go. That's different. That's a different game, and I won't do that. But as far as this era, man, the dude is phenomenal, man. And then people try to pick his game apart. I don't care what you do. He's that guy. Right leg, left leg, bro. I seen the dude shoot off. Look, nothing but respect for Jokic. I don't want that smoke.
Pass the ball, no look. You know what I mean? No look. Like,
hey, real quick, Samaki, real quick.
Crazy.
I mean, trying to tell JB don't give him no respect. I said top 10 center right now. He don't want to listen to me.
Top 10, I agree. Bro. Top 10, top 5, I don't agree with. Top 10, I do. Top 5, I don't. Not yet.
Samaki looking though. Samaki looking. He looking somewhere.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough. You got Kareem.
When you looking at Samaki,
I mean, give me 5. Yeah, he coming. That's what I'm saying. It's tight, but I can't put him up.
Coming.
Hey, Samaki, real quick. Does Jalen Brunson and those Knicks, those feisty ass Knicks, can they get one in Madison Square Garden and put this away? I know they'll be up 3-1. It still won't be put away, but the defending champs is Boston's favorite again, and they're down 2-1 in the series. Just go through real quick as you leave.
Yeah.
Who wins that series? And then
I like Boston.
You like Boston? All right.
I like Boston.
All right.
They've been up 2 points in every game, only for them to lose it on their own by jacking up shots and things. And even this last game they won, it was like no other. So if Boston don't lose it, they've shown that they could obviously build a huge league up early on, and they just look like the better team. And so I see why people are confident even though they're down.
Okay, Minnesota, Golden State. I know Steph right now is talking Game 5 and possibly, but maybe not. I doubt it. Do they have any shot at all without him?
Without him, nah. I don't think Jonathan Kuminga, even though he's 20, I don't think he's ready yet. As much as he comes and makes an impact, those guys, he's not ready to understand the winning yet. Jimmy Butler is not a guy who's just going to go, even though he was aggressive. You need a guy that's going to be willing to attack. You got to change it up. You can't go play pass, and with this team here, they're just too good of a defensive team. So I think they did what they can do. They did the best version of what they can do without Steph last game, and it didn't work.
Cleveland, are they cooked?
No.
Bro.
No.
What? Cooked. I'm gonna have some conversation. We'll have to come back and start talking about Donovan Mitchell after this, man, because I'm beginning to start seeing some patterns, bro.
Hey,
we'll have to have a conversation about Donovan.
Hey, he scored 40 and all that, but man,
I see. Hey,
yeah, that's our thumbnail, dog.
The body language. When I see those top of dude, it ain't the same. Because I used to see people talk about that, and I'm like, no, they give Donovan a break. Now I'm beginning to see it, why he ain't there yet. You know what I mean? The body, when the adversity comes, the body language, everything, like the leadership. Like, bro, I don't even see a leader out there right now. And he looked just miscombobulated as the rest of the players. So that's going to be a conversation. That was a great pitch. That picture said it all, by the way, right there, that you just popped up there.
That's our thumbnail today with you on it. Let me ask you this. The OKC, Denver 2-2. Going back to OKC, Denver let another one slip away. They could have went up 3-1 on the number 1 seed. Where you at? OKC now back home takes advantage, or?
It still can go either way, man. And if depends on much Jokic is showing up. Look, man, he's the most physical specimen. I'm watching him bang Hartenstein, around, and the other young fella, man. That's just too much, though. Yeah, I'm watching him. Yeah, I slowed the video down, so I record and I slow the video down. Just watch him, bro. He's hitting this dude on box out, hitting this dude on the box out, still coming up. That's just a lot to ask. But if he can physically impose his will and get the bigs in foul trouble early and make those bigs have to take on more of the roles of the bigs, I think that's how they beat them that first game, because if he imposed their will, even though they were down, I told somebody, I said, if they get in foul trouble, Denver's coming back. Get the bigs in foul trouble, get Hartenstein them on the bench, attack them, and make some of those bigs who like to be aggressive out there in perimeter, make them have to come down and bang. So when that fourth quarter comes, tired legs, short shots, things of that nature, then hopefully you can get Jamal Murray and those guys in to help you, finish it off.
Nah, great insight, man, from a legend. I can't thank you enough, man. I can't thank you. I wish you guys, your whole family, man, the most success. Jabari in the league, and your younger one, man. And hopefully we can do it again, man. We got to talk Donovan.
Hey, man, anytime, brother. Anytime y'all want to get on, let me know, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, you ever come out west to the Pump Brothers thing?
You know what? I got to come check that out. I got invited, actually. I didn't make the last one. But David, actually, I know David. When I first started training, man.
Dave know everybody. They know everybody.
Yeah, he actually hooked me up with Jamie Foxx, man, as a trainer. He made that connection. I was working with
They like best friends. They like best friends.
Yeah, man. And so with David, just a real dude. The Pump Brothers. You can't say enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're there, we there. I take Smitty every year. We go every year. So if you're there, we'll see you, man. Yeah. It's coming up. August. All right, brother. Hey, good luck, man.
Have a good one.
All right, fellas, man. Thanks
much
again.
Love, brother. Thank you, brother.
You got it. Much love. Yep.
No doubt. Samaki Walker, man.
That's one of my all-time favorite interviews, man. I love hearing the stories from guys who actually did it. Obviously, you know, that's my childhood Lakers fan. That Kobe story got my eyes watering. Just we know what type of guy Kobe was, but hearing a guy who was literally there and a friend and a teammate and hearing the passion, you don't see that, man. It's different breed, man.
No
he
doubt.
had no ball, JB, just on the court, just footwork, no ball.
Hey, so I didn't steal it that per se, but I did I do a no ball drill with my QBs for option. Best drill I ever did.
Really?
Yeah, no ball. Go through
just
the
so
mash.
make sure their eyes is right.
Yeah, go through the mash. Ask Alan in the chat. Go through the mash. Do everything with defenders though.
Yeah.
Do everything with no ball, and then you add a ball. And you don't pitch it. And then you add a ball and you only give it. And then you add a ball and you only pitch it. So like all the phases, and that's what he did. That's what he did on the hoop court. So
details.
Yeah, details. Man, we got to take a break.
Yeah, we do. I need 10 minutes.
Loaded show. You don't get 10, but we're loaded show. Loaded, man. Started off with a banger. We had a dude on here, my doppelganger. My doppelganger. Is that what it's called? And then legendary Samaki. We give you the real fucking guess. We don't give you.
Hey, our show damn near good. Like ain't nobody really rocking with our show.
What is it? What is it?
We damn near good. Like
that means we're bad.
Like we not good, but we damn near good. Like, we almost good.
But that means we're shitty still.
This show cold on me. It's a cold show. Like
yeah.
This one.
He said it's crazy show earlier though. He said it's crazy show. You said you don't know if you could do it for 2 more weeks because it's the craziest show ever. Like you said that.
It's ebbs and flows. Always ebbs and flows. Like earlier, that's when you had the big dude on there. And
Gorlock.
Now Gorlock.
Big who? Big what?
The big human was on there. So I was like, this is over. I can't do this. But then we had your boys, Scott or Craig. Scott came on. Then we had Samaki. So shit has been going up now. Now I'm like, this is the best show ever. That's life.
Let's see if change your mind on the way back on the other side. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Stay tuned. Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back
cracking. Smith was on General Hospital. Killing a crooked nurse. And apparently this scene has gone viral. I haven't seen it yet, so let's check this out real quick.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna need to see some ID. ID. Now.
Of course.
Oh man, that's worse than your fucking short film on YouTube, Smitty.
My short film was amazing. My acting was amazing in my short film. Look how you pulled the pistol out, real like.
Oh yeah, dog, this shit is a comical. And then he was on last night. I know Steve, you've heard this, and he was up there with Cuomo and all, and he was like, Trump said you should be a presidential candidate. I mean,
I agree.
Sure,
I hope he is. I hope him and Jazzy Jazz Cratchit. I hope they are the party ticket. Please.
No, Paris, it wasn't.
I'm begging.
That was
as a conservative. Yes, I want the Democrats. Please do that.
Trump said he's a very smart man. He knows how to market people. I think he should run.
I agree.
Here's the video. Here you go.
Stephen A. Smith may run for president, as you know. Do you have any advice for Stephen A? If he launches the run?
No, Stephen A. He's a good guy. He's a smart guy. I love watching him. He's got great entertainment skills, which is very important. People watch him. You know, a lot of these Democrats I watch, I say they have no chance. I've been pretty good at picking people and picking candidates, and I will tell you, I'd love to see him run.
All right, there you go.
Picking candidates.
Hey, this has got to be like the biggest. I heard Whitlock a little bit. It's like a setup. It's like the Holy Ghost setup, man. Like
called it.
Why is he up
Whitlock
there?
called this last year, and Mr. President, I agree with you. I want him to run too. Please let this happen.
Do you guys think Trump? Obviously, I know how Steve is saying it. Do you think Trump is saying it like
trolling
trying to
him?
troll, or do you think Trump is actually kind of like I don't know his relationship with Stephen A. Like, are they cool in real life? Are they cordial or?
I don't know, but he also endorsed Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
Hey, he out there. He trying to
He
get y'all. He trying to get y'all back on the side.
Who's y'all?
You.
Hey, by the way, it was nice of Shador to visit the elementary school yesterday. But this is my point.
That's what fifth rounders do.
Well, no, I mean, I'm going to be serious about that. That was a nice gesture, but here's the problem. If you would have put your best foot forward during the actual process, you wouldn't have been a fifth rounder. That's the thing that gets me. It's like everyone's applauding him, and I'm like, no. You should have been doing that the previous 4.5 months.
Yeah, there's all kinds of shit coming out now. Everybody's coming out now.
I shouldn't say it. I did. You're not stopping me. So, but it is the truth, ultimately.
Dan Patrick's show. Everybody's coming out now talking about how he slighted people on interview. Like everyone's coming out now.
I have a question. So all of a sudden now unnamed sources are okay.
That's Smitty and I's point. Like now all of a sudden you put your name. That's
because
what
that point was always bullshit though. But Coach, I'll completely disagree with you. That point is bullshit because you say a lot of stuff and you don't say this coach told me. No. You always say I had guys tell me. Coach, we all do it. We got to stop the bullshit.
Yeah. No. Here's my point. Yeah, I agree. Here's my point.
You want to be that guy and say, you know what? I got Mario Cristobal texted me here, guys, and this is what you guys are Coach, we all do it. So let's get
No. I'm not saying we don't. Here's what I don't do it and keep it though. Like, why now are you coming out on shows? Why didn't you do the shows when
but remember the outrage was before the draft though.
No, that's my point. Right, but why am I been the only one who's been saying he isn't this guy for 2 years, and now I've been labeled a hater? I'm saying I've been labeled a hater, and all the unnamed sources now are coming out. If they would have came out earlier, I wouldn't be the only hater.
The guys that are really coming out are the guys that have the sources, like Albert Breer, Pelissaro, guys that I like. Now, I love Rich Eisen, but Jesus, he's had like 10 guys on to explain this, and every interview he's like, I just don't get it. Rich, you've had 10 guys explain it, bro.
At some point, you got to listen.
Yeah.
Like, you literally, like, seriously, and I like Rich, and I've been listening. I'm like, Rich, you've had 10 different people tell you why he slid, and you're still saying, I just don't get it. You don't? Really? Then Rich, move on. Turn the page.
But then you got Mel.
Last hour.
Damn, that's went by fast.
50 minutes left, man. 50 minutes left. None of y'all have hit the like button, number one. So do that right now. 3, 2, 1. Hit the like button. Number 2 is C Note Monday. I need to see 2 C Notes before this hour goes up. So make sure you send those. And then number 3, man, become a member. You know what I'm saying? And then if you got friends who ain't members, drop the link in your group chat. Tell them it's the best show on planet Earth and tell them not to miss out. So there it is.
Hey, we forgot to ask Samaki one thing, and I wanted to get his take because you were going to ask him, like, does he think the 96 draft was one of the best ever? I actually think the 95 draft was even better than the 96.
Not even close. We can do it right now. Not even close.
Go.
All right, 96 drafts. First of all, you got my GOAT, Kobe Bean Bryant. You got Stephon Marbury. You got Ray Allen. You got Samaki Walker, obviously. You got Kerry Kittles. You got Sharif Abdul-Rahim. You got Marcus Camby. You got Antoine Walker. You got guys like Tony Delk, who we got respect. You got Jermaine O'Neal, Pacer legend and the Brawl legend.
Steve Nash.
You got Jonas Ilgauskas. You got Lorenzen Wright. You got AI. I'm done.
Yeah, you got Steve Nash in there.
Mic drop. It's not even close.
There was a lot of players in that draft.
Go ahead, 95.
Like now I'm just looking at the 96 overall. There was like guys that you probably don't even remember. Like that went down the list. Like even like Jeff McGinnis was a great college player, but made it Travis Knight, who was a great point guard, Stanford. Big Brian Evans. D Fish was in that draft. Even though we're not going to say great, but a great role player. Shit.
I love D Fish.
Walter McCarty was really good. John Wallace for the Knicks was really good. Tony Delk, if you remember, the point guard of Kentucky.
We also had Peja Stojakovic, homie.
Yeah. Kerry Kittles was an all-time college player to me. Eric Dampier was great. Lorenzen Wright, rest in peace, was one of my favorite players watching. Clippers took him, I think, number 7 that year. It's great. It is a good one.
And the reason I know 96 so well because obviously I'm a Kobe guy, so I've spent years of just going down that draft. That's one of those drafts, man.
But we got to do a real comparison, though. We got to do a real comparison.
NFL that year had a lot of a deep draft too, like 96.
Yeah.
They had Marvin Harrison.
But let's like, you got to compare the careers, though. If we can talk all we want, you sound like, just coming off the top, you sounded like the coming out of college, the name put him over the top for the 95 draft. I look at it now in 2025 and say, all right, what were the players' outcomes?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about the college.
Yeah. All right. So AI, of course, to me is one of my top 5 players of all time. Marcus Camby, good career, but we'll get to that. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, loved him in Vancouver for the Grizzlies before they swapped over. But career-wise, just hold that. Stephon Marbury, again, flash out of the gate, unbelievable. But then what did he do later in his career? I don't know.
NBA career, all-time China great, got a statue in China.
Yeah, but the China don't mean NBA, homie. Ray Allen, great big-time shooter. Antoine Walker, great Celtic, loved him to death. Career-wise, good career, no doubt. I don't know if it's great. Then Samaki, Kittles, Dampier. I mean, you go down the list.
Really good known role players. That's really good though.
All these other guys, like, remember, 12 guys went before Kobe.
Why aren't you missing Bean? Why aren't you missing Jermaine?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going through the 12 guys before Kobe was even taken.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then Steve Nash was taken 2 slots later, and then Jermaine O'Neal 2 after that, and then Walter McCarty at 2 after that. So that's really that's really the draft, though. You know, we had Jeff McGinnis, Randy Livingston was really good out of LSU. I remember him. Other than that, looking down the list, I don't really see
crazy.
Yeah, the 95 though, homie, Joe Smith.
Yep. Hold on, Joe Smith came out a year ago about his wife and doing OnlyFans, and so kind of mess up his legacy. But Joe Smith
had nothing to do. So, but Draymond's off the field court doesn't matter, but just Joe Smith does. Come on. Antonio McDyess, unbelievable. Another Clipper early round draft pick.
Okay, unbelievable, but good career.
Good career. So I'm gonna equal McDyess though with Marcus Camby or better.
Ooh, that's cool.
Let's be honest. So right there is a wash, and then I'm gonna put McDyess right there with Sharif Abdul-Rahim. His career. Then we got Jerry Stackhouse.
Real good.
Okay. Then Rasheed Wallace, and then Kevin Garnett. Those 3 right there, 2 of them are Hall of Famers.
Well, your voice can do what it just did, and that don't change the fact that Kobe's a Hall of Famer, Ray Allen's a Hall of Famer, Steve Nash is a Hall of Famer. So you can do the voice and all that, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm right and you're wrong. Hey, baby.
Hey, Michael Finley, great career. Michael Finley came to Travis Best. You're Indianapolis Colts, our Pacer. Travis Best came out that year. Randolph Childress, one of the coldest crossovers ever. These are all guys that are equal to me. Cherokee Parks, Gary Trent, Corliss Williamson, who played Ed O'Bannon in the 95 national title. Ed O'Bannon won, obviously. Ed didn't have the career we thought with his knee. He was a lotto pick. Shaun Respert didn't have the career we thought. Coming out of Michigan State, unbelievable. Damon Stoudemire had a real solid career. Bryant, Big Country Reeves. I could put him there with the other centers in the 96 draft. So, listen, Do you want
to change your answer though?
I'm a realist. I'm saying 96.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
But it ain't no landslide, homie.
They got Bean. It's a landslide.
It ain't no landslide, homie.
We got Bean. All right. Belly just cussed us out behind the scenes, so let's it's the young guy generation. The 21-year-old told us what it is.
Hey.
So
Can we real quick though? Some other news. ESPN is hiring or
NBC.
Huh?
NBC. What you talking about?
I'm not talking about Jordan.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Rich Eisen. What do you think about this right here?
More than 2 decades after leaving ESPN, Rich Eisen returned to the network as part of his forthcoming direct-to-consumer offering. Interesting. Direct-to-consumer offering. I love to read into this a little bit more and kind of see. So he's going to just keep doing the same thing. It's just his show is going to just be on ESPN. Is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Got you. Okay.
ESPN's reaching, bro. I'll tell you that.
Interesting. All right.
And then this.
This is the news I thought you were talking about. Michael Jordan will be joining the NBA on NBC and Peacock as a special contributor to the network announced. This was actually a shocker for me because Jordan don't talk. Yeah, I mean, he don't really, obviously we had the Last Dance, but that was like his own thing. Other than that, he don't talk. They said at the 75 top 75 player anniversary, they didn't know he's gonna show up. They said he got there last minute, and he walked in. That's when everybody was looking and oh my God, Jordan is here, Mike is here. So the fact that he's doing this, they're paying him a shit ton of money. Like they're giving him some money that only makes sense for him to do this, and or his best friend, what's your boy that played in the NFL for a minute and end up being a play-by-play guy, real close with Jordan, black homie. He's the only person he would ever interview with back in the days. Come on, Jason, it's your era.
Oh, you talking about
not right.
You talking about
what's his name, y'all? He was on NBC back in the 90s.
What's her name's husband?
Yes. Ahmad Rashad, right?
Ahmad Rashad, yeah.
So unless they bring it back Ahmad Rashad or something, like there's something here because Jordan don't just do this.
I see. It's not too clear. So,
because it says special contributor. You don't know what that means.
I still don't think he's on TV. I still don't think he's going to go.
What does special contributor mean then? Like a producer or something? He gonna put some films in there?
Michael Jordan production.
Right.
Who knows? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
It is, homie.
We'll see. We'll see. All right.
That's how I know. That's how you know Jordan the GOAT, though. When I brought up the top 75 thing, when all these other greats, all-time greats, looking at Jordan like, oh, like all of them. That's how you really know, like all the talk about LeBron.
That's how the Hall of Fame should be, not just anyone making it. Like you saying Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer is a joke. Like, not everyone should make it, homie. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Is it a joke that Dennis? Okay, cool. But is it a joke that Dennis Rodman's a Hall of Famer?
Fuck no, Dennis Rodman by far the. Come on, stop.
Okay then. So if that's the case, again, I've done this stat wise, very comparable. Defensive Player of the Year, championships, however way you want to slice it and dice it is neck and neck. So I'm a guy who's about facts and not about emotions, and not about who I like as a person, who I don't. I like to keep it all the way even keel. So
yeah, your eyes work, but mine don't. Right? That's what, because you always say that my eyes work. JB, stats don't matter, but my eyes didn't work. The guy that actually watched both eras and got to see them both play, right?
Every era, even Samaki just admitted. He said how great defender Draymond is.
We should have asked him that. We should have asked all that. I bet you Samaki says, hell no, he's no Hall of Famer.
Back on right now. Then I'll debate with him right now.
I would bet you. Poll question: do you think Samaki Walker thinks Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer?
Dollars a dime, he does. Yeah.
No, fuck no, he doesn't.
4 rings. I got
Samaki's tone down, homie. I got Samaki's tone. He's
9-time All-Pro.
Samaki's a JB, so Samaki's like JB, not like
but Samaki's real. You're biased. When you don't like somebody, you have a very extremely biased response towards them in every single way. You like Rodman, so you're gonna always, even though he's crazy as hell too, you're gonna be biased him because you like that. You like him. I know you. If me and you ever start beefing, you'll start pointing out everything negative about me that you can point out.
But see, that's the
type
thing.
of guy you are.
Nah, I don't have bitch in my blood. So someone personally I know, I don't do that too. Even if
we'll keep the ball rolling.
Think about all the people we've had on this show that I could easily go after like a bitch and be talking shit about. I don't.
Well, we're gonna rapid fire this whole.
You should learn that. You should learn that.
Who you talking about specifically though when you just said that?
Yeah.
Anyway, though, let's keep this show rolling. We're gonna go down the rundown that Belly spent hours on last night, and we're gonna go 5 minutes or less on each one, so we can get through every topic, but like not be too long and go. So we're gonna start off with the biggest topic of the rundown, in my opinion. Bill Belichick has gone viral once again for sitting next to his 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson's father, at the Miss Maine USA pageant. Hudson spoke to the crowd and said, and I quote, "I hope those watching this find the strength to push through whatever it is and embody that hate never wins." Jason Brown, we see the picture right here. We see the dad looks extremely younger than the boyfriend. What say you? What's your take on this? Seeing him next to dad and Jordan Hudson's amazing speech at Miss Maine pageant. Anytime he makes that noise, y'all, he's about to say some bullshit.
We're on a real show, man. No, there's something that's gonna jaw drop you, man.
What, homie?
I got a text, man, from someone that's really after our short aired last Friday. I don't know if Bailey, you have the short.
That's one of my favorite shorts out right now, by the way, too. Hilarious.
About you and I discussing Bellichick in totality. If Bailey could show it, and I'll give full context to it, about me saying what we should do with the girl that would give us full
clarity on why Belichick is being who he is. Let's give Bailey 37 seconds, and he'll be able to get it on here. But yeah, this video it will help explain your thought process and what you're thinking as a possible solution for Bill Belichick. I think we got the video.
And the cut you made was great. You asked me a great question. You said, let me get this straight. So in theory, you got to hit.
Right. Because I wanted to make sure that not only I understood, but that the fans also understood. And I think here we go. I mean, I don't know. One Belichick family member says that there's a deep worry for how detrimental Jordan can be for not just North Carolina, but for Bill's legacy, reputation, and everything he has built and worked for over decades.
His kids looking at their dad like I would look at my dad, like, what's going on, Pops? Like, this ain't you, homie. You look like you're in a trance. She got you pussy tranced. I want to help him out. And I think the only way to help him, homie, unfortunately for him, fortunate for her and us, we almost got to like fill the cat, homie. No?
Just for clarity and just my small brain, you're saying the only way to help Bill Belichick in his current situation is to let you hit his girl.
Yes.
And by doing so, that will solve the problems. How?
Then I can have a real conversation. I can say, Coach, this shit ain't that good, homie. Or I could say, Coach, you're fucking 1,000% right to keep her the way you keep her.
Okay. Here it is.
Somebody texted me, thought that was distasteful.
Oh, really? Was somebody who you respect?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay.
He's been on the show several times.
Oh. Man, okay. What's your response to that?
Works with Bill right now. Huh?
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. So do you want to apologize? Like, I guess, how do you want to utilize this time? Because we do respect that man a lot. Great insight. So what's your take, man? Yes, Jason.
I responded in only a way I know how. I said, well, I think it's distasteful that he's dating someone my daughter's age. So, any want to talk about that? He didn't respond. So anyway, Might have burned a bridge there. I don't know.
Are you okay with that? I mean, that's a pretty good guess. Great insight, smart. Are you cool with that? Or with the bridge being burned? Or you got any regrets? You got any regrets on that bridge being burned? Or
what?
Do you have any regrets on that bridge being burnt?
I don't have regrets. I don't look in the rearview mirror because I'm not going backwards.
All right. So I guess before we move on to the next topic, any just quick thoughts on seeing Belichick sitting next to his father-in-law? Yes, Jason?
But am I right or wrong?
About what?
What I said back.
No, it's distasteful.
Was I supposed to lie and say, I'm sorry?
Nah.
We just saw the guy's dad, homie. He's younger than you and I.
I'm saying, so what's your thoughts on seeing Belichick with his father-in-law?
This is a mockery. I love Bill Belichick. I just never thought I would be like the guy that's the other guy that's everyone's mad at about being that guy. I didn't think I'd be that guy on the other side of this. I never thought I'd have to go against the legendary Bill Belichick and just give out real honest takes about it because I love defending women and girls and daughters and young girls just don't sit well with me when you're that old. I don't know. Why my opinion on this topic don't matter. Like if we're going to go after Shannon Sharpe, and I'm being honest, we got to go after Bill Belichick. You can't, come on now. You got to go after Karl Malone. Let's keep it real, homie. Like, why does he get a pass? The reason is, to be honest, there's been no allegations. There's been no charges. There's been no lawsuit. There's been no lawsuits. You see what I'm saying? That's the only
They're in an actual legal like relationship. So like we're talking from a morality standpoint. It don't look right, and it's something that we wouldn't want our daughters.
I never said you're a criminal. I never said
criminal, right? So that's the difference. That's the difference.
I'm just saying it's distasteful to me too, because if he walks home with my daughter, sorry, Mike, I'm knocking Bill out. Like,
sorry, who?
Yeah. So like, I just don't understand. Like,
where that name came from.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. But this is a very rough look for me. Like, this looks like Bill in a coach's clinic with a young OC. Like that picture right there looked like a young coach was with him, like learning how to be a coach.
Oh, shit. That was the neck.
Huh?
You kissed that queen on that neck?
That's
Did you kiss that queen on the neck, Jason?
I heard that, homie. I don't know. I didn't see it. Let me see.
Watch it right now. Look.
So now let me ask you again.
Better watch your back, Jordan Hudson. He's trying to get that chocolate sister. He don't want you. He tired of you. He tired of it.
Let me ask you again.
Chocolate.
Let me ask you again.
The neck, homie.
Now was my response. Back. Justified.
From a non.
Now that you just saw that, kiss another 23-year-old on the neck. Go.
Well, let me say this. You're right in what you said. But that's the homie, I think. And you know that's the homie's homie. So I'd have like,
what do I do though?
I think you just don't respond. I think really like because like that's the homie's homie, and our respect for your homie is like, you know what? I like he's gonna always defend. Like for example, let's say my boy Sheldon, something happened, right? Even if like we know he's actually wrong, you probably wouldn't like talk about it on here out of respect for me because that's the homie's homie. Or like if Ruben did something, or you know what I mean, like you know what I'm saying. So like, so for him, it's like that's your homie. He gonna defend his homie. So in a perfect world, you probably just you know drop it, don't even say nothing back. You respond the way you responded comes off to him like basically you saying I don't give a fuck. Basically, even though what you said is right, the tone and the fact that you even said that to your homie is gonna make him, you know, like we definitely burnt the bridge. He'll never come on the show ever again. Like it's a wrap.
Huh? I don't give a what?
Your mentions to him basically say I don't give a fuck.
But say how you said it the first time.
How did I say it the first time?
I don't give a fuck.
Like I was in the moment. I can't redo that. Like that was just you have to be there. Like it just happened that way.
I know. Those are the moments that we have on the show that we don't capture a lot of. That's the problem. We need like 4 guys actually capturing shit out, honestly.
You know what I noticed? All the real good breakdowns we do of like real sports talk, that shit don't perform. We got to cut out all the silly shit. That's the shit that be doing numbers. All the crazy shit.
Break this down.
DMV Living said JB has no respect for nobody. That's his problem.
Well, that's an oxymoron take, though. Because I do respect young women. That's why I'm defending them, no?
You got an interesting way of defending them, but
am I not respecting young women?
Some of your argument is like the argument of not letting like men and boys play in women's sports. That's defending women, that side of it. But then the other side of saying women shouldn't coach and all that. That's not real. I wouldn't call that defending.
I think it's defending them, but I'm just saying. But in this particular case.
Yeah, in this exact case, you're saying that.
So out of 3 things you just said,
young lady.
But out of 3 things you just mentioned, you agreed 2 of the 3 I'm respecting women.
2/3, yep.
But he said I don't respect nobody ever.
Well, that's DMV Living's opinion, though. He's a grown man. He's able to have his own opinion. He's a member, right?
No, not anymore.
Oh well, why we been pulling it up there?
He was a member for a minute. Remember, we were all happy. Me and the homies were on the yacht yesterday, and a lot of youngsters, little baddies rolled up, right? And but what did we do? It was my boy Ports, Ruben, a couple older cats, right? We looked at it like man, we're the older bitches. Yeah, instantly, all 3 of us at the same time, though. It wasn't like, damn, the 19-year-old bitch. Like, show me the titty. Like, that's weird shit on me. Like, it's just weird for real grown folks that have kids and have, you know what I'm saying? That, listen, like you say, Smitty, your eyes work. Our eyes can work. But at a certain age has to be a cutoff for you to personally feel weird, no?
Yeah, it should for sure.
I'm not looking at this young girl paddle boat next to us on this little row, and she's in a little G-string or whatever. We're not trying to look at that. And she was young as fuck. We're like, come on, homie. Like, first thing we said, Porch hit me up like, right away. We're rolling through Huntington or whatever. Daddy should have his motherfucking ass whooped for letting her out here in this water like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing we said. It wasn't like, damn, girl. That's the difference, homie, in the mindset of a grown folk that actually protects young women versus, hey, girl, you want some candy?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm at that age where, like, hypothetically, if I was single, I'm at the age where I could smash a 45-year-old, like, MILF baddie, and I can go smash a 24-year-old young baddie and be totally okay.
You can at 30.
No, at 31, I know. 31's like prime age to be able to fuck whoever.
Yeah. But you ain't going 19. You're not going 19, 18.
The climate we're in.
You're not going 19, 18, are you?
No, of course not. I want to make sure, but I got to be careful with my words. Not whoever, but a good range is what I'm trying to say. But when you get to like Bill's age, you got to chill, homie. Like, if you 70s, okay, cool. If you 70-something and you want a young chick, okay, get a 50-year-old. That's young for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that, that's super young for you. Get a 48-year-old. That's still young for you. But to go to 20-something, all right, now, bro. Now we're in a weird stage. I mean, that mean you was 40, homie. You was down there at 50 before she was like, you was like 50 before she was born. That just sounds crazy.
What do you have in common, homie? What is the conversation at the dinner table, bro?
Love of sports.
What?
Love of sports. Winning. Sex, potentially.
Homie, I can't get with it. That's just something I can't get with. And I'll die on that hill. Leah, shout out to you and your sister.
Leah's cracking up right now.
Leah, you and your sister. I saw that video or the picture.
Yeah, that's what you mean. Like her little sister, right?
Great picture. Huh?
What you mean? What picture on where at, on Twitter? Or did she send it to you? She sent it to you?
Anyway, we got a rundown, homie.
I know. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you're saying. Like, what picture you talking about? I ain't seen no.
Huh?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I agree with Chris. 70 and 40 is even doesn't make sense. That's 30 years, homie. Different.
Yeah, but Chris, if you're 40 years old, like you're a super adult, grown ass woman. Like you're beyond grown. You probably got a kid that's 20. You done been married, divorced. You done like yeah. We can still say like damn, it's a huge gap. But like at some point, you're old enough to where it don't matter. Like if a fucking 100-year-old date a 70-year-old, we're not gonna. That's a 30-year gap. All right, 70. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you 40. All right, you a grown ass woman. You do what you want to do at that point.
Let me ask you something, man.
24, you just got off the bus stop. As JB,
let me ask you a real deep question that I don't think people understand.
It's the last one, and we're gonna move on. This picture kind of cool of you was talking about earlier, but keep going.
I like the salt, like the salt and pepper hair.
Hold on, but did you see the? Never mind. We'll talk about it a little later. I mean, there's one with the sister, and there's one like by themselves. That's also like, you know what I mean. So, but go ahead and go.
I'm confused. Which one are you talking about?
I sent it to you on Twitter.
Shout out to Leah. Listen.
Who?
Leah and her family. Listen. I got to ask you something real quick.
Excuse me.
What do you fear the biggest if you were to, in Bill's shoes, this is me talk, like I need you to put your brain like in Bill and ask yourself, like, what is the biggest like self-embarrassment of dating someone that young at that age? Like, what's your number one biggest, like, what is the word? Like, I feel like, what is that? I'm embarrassed for myself, or I have like some sort of cringe vibe about myself. Like, what would that be?
Like, you mean like name a scenario that you might be in with her? That's
like number one thing. I know I gotta think. I know. Let me. I'll give you mine.
I think it's like holiday. I think it's like holidays with your family.
I'll give you mine.
Home for like Thanksgiving. It's like
you're kind of touching where I was gonna go to. I'll give you mine, and then you can understand what I'm saying. I gotta eventually meet this young girl's parents somehow, some way.
Right. Same.
Or not.
Right.
And if I don't want to meet the parents of that young woman, that means one thing: I'm out to hit only, and I never want to be seen again, and I just go away, which I have a problem with. Right? You're fucking with this young broad, you want to just fuck, and then you leave, and your old ass got. The other issue I have a problem with too. I have to look at myself in the mirror and say, "Damn, I got to go meet a daddy of a girl that's 40 years younger than me." How do I look at this young man and say, I'm fucking with your daughter? Well, I'm fucking your daughter, basically, too. Like that, all that in one. Like, there's just no common ground, homie. I'm embarrassed for Bill for that reason alone. Like, it just, like, the kid, that girl's dad has to be at least close to my age. He even looks younger than me. Like, he's way younger than me, actually.
But
let
me ask you this. Who do you have a bigger problem with, though? Is it Bill or is it the daddy?
Oh, I got a problem with this whole scenario. The whole scenario don't sit well with me at all.
I can see that salt. I saw that salt and pepper you talking about earlier. I'm just now, like, it's a lot of shit going on, so I'm just now seeing everything you're talking about. But yeah, now I'm with you.
Yeah, your sister older than you or younger than you?
I didn't know you was talking. So it was a lot going on. Like, because at first I thought I was like sister. I saw nieces. I was like, okay, I don't know if they like 20. I can't tell you else. I was like, let me be careful with that when I older are. But then I kept scrolling. And I saw what you was talking about. But if you keep scrolling the other way, you see by herself. So it was just a lot going on there. You know, just go there and scroll whenever you get a chance.
Leah, older.
That's right at my
Like
time.
my age, Leah older.
Nah, I think that's right at my alley, kind of too. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like genetics, though. Like the genetics is like insane. Like it make
Leah, she like married, happily married, a kid.
Like the whole family, them there, like the whole shit, cool. Like everybody I didn't saw was cool. That's crazy.
Leah, like older, like married or single?
I think Leah and her sister are both single.
Huh?
I think Leah's definitely single. Her sister is divorced, has two beautiful. Now I say beautiful, I don't know how old they are, so beautiful, like in a respectful way. Young lady, like as her daughters. Don't know how old they are. They have a great family structure though.
Not married.
Not married, which means single in America. So. I don't know why you asking about her sister though. I thought she was huh?
What happened?
No, but why would you ask him about the sister? I thought you was, you know what I mean?
I'm saying whoever's game.
I thought you was loyal. I thought you was team leader. Let me keep this thing rolling though. Bengals second round linebacker Dimitri, huh?
I'm both. Huh?
No, I was making sure, but I don't think sisters don't do that. I don't think, but okay. Anyway, Bengals second round huh?
I got a cough. Nah, I'm good.
All right, I'll make sure Lee was cool. All right. Bengals second round linebacker Demetrius Knight II is not participating in drill because Cincinnati's rookie waiver, unlike those of the other 31 NFL teams, Cincy's rookie waiver does not fully protect players. All NFL teams use waivers to protect unsigned rookies before their contracts, but Cincinnati's waiver only covers disabling injuries, according to league sources familiar with the language. So sources say Knight and other non-participating Cincinnati rookies are not holding out for money, but for complete protection, and are aiming to change the waiver language for future Bengals draft picks. First of all, I want to say thank you, Belly, for just sending me all this information, because at first all I saw was the fact that he wasn't participating, and I thought at first it was a money thing. So reading the whole language, honestly, I'm honestly with Knight on this. Like, and I know Jay probably hates to hear this, but
jumping the
God
gun.
forbid you go out there
I'm sorry. I want to help you.
Tear an ACL before you sign anything. Now you have zero type of protection. So some is it just business. There's no pageants. This is rookie mini camp.
Trying to help
that big of a deal. Get his contract signed before the main training camp. He'll be good to go. And I like him. Before you go, JB, here's the video.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I try to help you. I try to save you.
Let's press play.
You didn't want to listen. Go ahead.
Let's press play. Can we press play or no? Can we hear it or?
Participate in mini camp today?
I just decided not to sign those papers.
Do you anticipate signing your contract before Monday to join the team, or you're not sure when that's going to come together?
I would hope so. I mean, I would love to be part of the team. I'd be on the sideline just looking at everybody else do work.
He kind of weird,
though.
How
tough is that for you? Yeah, especially on the first day. It's kind of tough on me.
It's kind of standing there like that.
You actually defend this?
Never mind. No, I heard the video. Now I retract my statement. I don't defend this. It's somebody's energy I don't like.
I try to save you. Fuck, you don't listen to your
I didn't watch the video first. That's on Bailey. I blame Bailey now. So first of all, I gave credit to Bailey for giving me the information, but now I blame him for not starting off with the video, because the video trumps everything I said. His mindset ain't there. His mindset ain't there to go out there and be a dog on a defensive line and go out there and ball. He don't sound hungry to me in his voice. He don't sound.
Bailey, do you have any?
It's hard to say another.
Bailey, do you have a number on all rookies drafted who is sitting out of minicamp by chance?
He don't have it right now.
I'll help you. One, him. So why would you even think about defending this guy? And please don't use this right here, because I've talked to several NFL buddies in the coaching world that are coaching in the league right now. A good friend of mine, Tony Dews, who coaches running back, coaches Derrick Henry. Do you know what they all have when they sign as rookie deals, and especially first rounders? Which makes this an absolute oxymoronic take and an absolute hypocrisy and an absolute joke of an actual this whole write-up right here. This is his agent doing this, trying to strong arm the organization. But when they said this, they made themselves look very bad. You know why? Because they all have a thing we call insurance, Smitty. They all have insurance, homie. It's called insurance. First round insurance policies exist, homie, for these drafted players.
He's a second round guy, not first round.
Second round, yeah. First, it doesn't matter. First day guy. First 2 day guy, whatever you want to call it. First 3 day guy. So first 4 day guy, homie. You get drafted, Smitty. And let me retract. You get drafted. Only guys that don't have insurance, Smitty, are unrestricted, undrafted guys that go free agent after the draft's over.
Like Shiloh.
Like certain guys that don't get drafted. They got insurance, homie. Smitty, I don't understand what this is. I don't understand this tactic at all. So wait up. You're telling me you sign, you get drafted in the second round, and then we don't want to show up to the first day of practice? Like, how many D linemen and O linemen did we see get drafted that were in minicamp practices? We got a kid at Cleveland throwing up and shit. He went 5th overall. Like, wouldn't he have more worry than a second round guy? Wouldn't this first round 5th pick be more worried about getting hurt than the second round guy? He actually got way more money up front. What happened?
No, you just are nothing, homie. You just funny, bro. Nah, on a serious note, it's a good take. I feel you. We'll see how it plays out. This will probably be a non-story here in a couple weeks. He'll sign it, he'll play, he'll practice. You know, whether you're day 1, day 2, day 3, or day 4 guy, you know, you do get insurance. Go ahead, Jason. Last name before we move on.
Why do the Bengals always have this problem? Why do the Bengals always have a problem with signings? Like, I'm very curious. Why is this always a problem?
Belly, pop in real quick. Give me clarity. I'm sorry. If you don't mind.
Clarity on what exactly?
Your message that you just sent?
Oh, so I don't know. There are multiple Bengals rookies that are sitting out. Like, so there's this kid, Knight, right? We showed the video of Shamar Stewart talking.
This is Knight. Okay, yeah. So, okay, cool. The video was Shamar Stewart. This is Knight right here. So that's what. Okay, got you. Okay. So it was different people.
The guy talking was the Stewart cat that said.
But this right here is Demetrius Knight then. Okay. Well, I haven't heard Demetrius Knight talk. So back to my original statement then. I go back, I retract my statement. I agree. I'm still on Knight's side then.
But I just told you about insurance.
Yeah, but I disagree. So I'm still with Knight. I'm still on Knight's side. He's listened to his agent and he wants to protect himself at all costs. We know Bengals have been one of the cheapest organizations in all of the NFL history. Obviously, we know they ended up paying Jamar and T. I get what they ended up doing because they had to because their quarterback, who's a leader of their franchise, told them, hey, this is my guys, sign them, figure it out. And that's what happens when you have power and leverage. But we know
now go back to my original point on the man that was talking. What round was he drafted in?
The man that was talking was first round. So yeah. Oh shit. See note Mondays. Mike Bundy. As of May 12th, 2025, 2 NFL rookies are confirmed to have sat out of rookie minicamp practice due to unsigned contracts. Shamar Stewart, a first-round pick by the Cincinnati Bengals. Demetrius Knight Jr., a second-round pick by the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike Bundy, I don't care what you say. If you send a C note, we're going to read it. So,
how many?
2. I got confused on the video. I thought the video of the person was connected to the actual tweet. I don't remember all these rookies' faces yet. I know their name. I don't know their faces yet.
2 guys sitting out. Both play for who?
Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals.
So all the quarterbacks that have to take drops and under center and go through that and could risk an ankle or a knee or no problem there. Abdul Carter and these first round guys, Travis Hunter, they're all practicing. No issue there.
They have different rules. You didn't hear what I said? Bengals is the only franchise that has some sort of clause or something where they don't protect rookies from it. Read this whole thing. I read the whole thing again. It's like you listen, but you don't hear. Anyway, let's move on.
What did I say though?
Indianapolis Colts quarterback.
Nothing to do with the team, homie. They got insurance coverage regardless on the human.
It's something that we don't, but maybe that insurance don't give them the full amount that they would get from that contract. I'm sure it don't. So it's probably some insurance to a certain extent, but we don't know all the details. There's no point of arguing over it. Anyway, moving on here, amicably. Coach star quarterback Anthony Richardson, which we're going to get to in a second as a teaser. We're really going to go to here first. 5th overall pick, Mason Graham, who we talked about a little bit here, vomited and left practice to clean his helmet during 11-on-11s at Browns rookie minicamp. There's been some speculation about the kind of shape that he's in, and Stefanski kind of joked around that Mason ate a little, too many wings before practice there. So I guess Jason, you have an issue with him throwing up. I mean, I've seen players, I had teammates throw up, from summer practice, things like that. Getting used to, just the speed, whatever the case may be. But yes, Jason, go ahead.
Do you remember or recollect, since you say you have a great memory, going back when we talked about this after the draft and we broke him down? We showed a little film of him.
Yeah, I remember you said he wasn't that good. Like, he wasn't all that.
And remember what I said specifically about him?
You said he couldn't move. He had no hips. You said if you can't squat down on your heels and put your hands flat on the ground, then you would cut him. Like, you would make all your players do that.
Fucking unbelievable memory, man.
I'm a bad motherfucker. I do this for a long.
I love it.
At the high level, homie.
I love it. So full circle this. Why I would never have taken this motherfucker at 5. No fucking way. And I'm just being honest. A guy who's had 10 first rounders drafted, a lot of them being D-line pass rushing type of guys, D tackles. This guy's nowhere near. Like, I think at least I know personnel, right? When I say Jermaine Johnson is an NFL guy in high school, not a D1 guy, I think I know because he was a first rounder. I think I'm actually on record on Netflix saying it, right? So, like, I think I know talent. Tank Dell, what I say about him? Lonnie Johnson. Oh, here's the thing. I think I know talent on me. He has Sheldon Day does not have those rolls around his hips and does not move that way. And Sheldon Day is a guy, let's be honest, respectfully, journeyman in this league. He's a journeyman, right? He's not a solidified $100 million D tackle, Justin Simmons, or our man in KC, fucking, you know what I'm saying? He's a much respect, much love. He's been in the league. He's got tenure.
4th round. I think Shaun got was it 4th or 5th? I think it's 4th round, top of the 4th or top of the 5th. So to your point, comparison,
much better athletically, much better built, much better looking than this cat. Moves, bends, runs, hips, knees. I see his joints move. This cat has rolls hanging over his ass crack, can't bend, can't move, and we took him number 5. That's why I said what I said 2 weeks ago. Now, him throwing up, I get all that. First in the league, it's hot, it's Cleveland, it's in the middle of fuck nowhere. Humid it's humid as fuck over there right now. The throwing up part, it's all right, but I'm not watching the move. I'm watching the actual skill set. Fuck the throwing up. Throw up because you worked hard. That's
you don't move better than how I move when I was still playing. I'm not just saying like I'm
agree. I'll agree to that.
I promise you don't. Now move. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm saying you don't move better than I move.
I agree. So like, I think that the number 5 pick for him was because of how great Michigan's defense was and how hidden he got. When you got surrounded by a lot of NFL guys up front and you can have a great defense as they did.
Yeah.
The guy that's holding down that nose or that 3 technique or shade or whatever can be hidden a lot too by just being the guy they think is starting the pile. Yes, Darnell?
Great point, but also understand what team's he on right now. Cleveland Browns, another really good defensive line, another really good defense. So he might also, to your point, be effective in this system for those very same reasons. So, now that I'm thinking about it, it might end up lining up to be a good move. And Keith Smith, my little cousin, says he actually disagreed with you. He said, I disagree, JB. I was impressed. I was impressed him at Michigan. Is exactly what he said. I was impressed him at Michigan. Go ahead, Jason.
Wait, what?
Keith said, I disagree, JB. I was impressed him at Michigan. I'm going to be very clear when I read it.
That's black on black crime.
I was reading it. I wouldn't,
I know that's black on black crime for you showing him because we know he's very illiterate and we put him on blast a lot because of what he said. He's not very smart. He's one of the kids. He's the guy that falls in that category we broke down earlier with dumb, stupid, and retarded. He's that last.
Oh, I don't think so.
So here's the issue.
We got 3 minutes. Go ahead, Jason.
I think this is going to have the most bust of any draft in recent history. Let me explain. As far as the numbers of where guys got taken, this guy at 5, Travis at 3 that traded up. All these different guys. It's going to be the most disappointing class when we look back at this in 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even 2 years, of nobodies. We're not going to see any of these guys making an impact. Now, are you going to have some Abdul Carters who's a freak and he's the next Myles Garrett or Max Crosby? Sure, we're going to have a couple guys. But I'm saying overall, where these guys were taken, in a couple years, we're going to look in and say, fuck, none of these guys panned out. That's my prediction. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just disagree. So we'll see how everything plays out. Coach star quarterback Anthony Richardson went under anesthesia for a full back body tattoo that is themed around his love for God and gambling. It includes an angel, a roulette wheel, a Spartan, and a lion. He was put to sleep for around 7 hours.
He what? He what?
And people are saying that Anthony Richardson is ready to make a statement this season.
He was what?
Put to sleep for 7 hours.
For what? Surgery?
For a back tattoo. So guys are getting put to sleep for like bigger tattoos so that they're able to do it all in like one session, 1 7 or 8 hour session. If you're not asleep, then your body, your mental, you just can't take that much pain and tolerance all at once. So he wanted to knock it out in one session, and they were able to get it done. And it's actually, if you're a tattoo guy, which I'm not, I have 0 tattoos. It's some really good art. I know your guy, Tank Dale, has some sick tattoos on his leg. I know we were talking offline, and you were a fan of those tattoos. So I'd love to hear your take on Anthony Richardson's tattoos here, and wonder if it aligns with the tattoo you saw of your guy Tank.
Tank didn't get put to sleep.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're positive?
Yeah.
Are you just saying that, or did you talk to him and got it verified?
Nah. Well, hopefully we get Tank and Jermaine on this week. I talked to both of them.
I hope so. Because Tank's tattoos were so detailed, I wouldn't be shocked if he did get put to sleep for a couple hours.
First of all, you don't need to be put. I know guys that have body tattoos from their head to their feet and never got put to sleep.
Well, those are gel tattoos, and they didn't do them all at once. They did them like in days, and they ended up getting to that point.
Exactly. So I don't know. I don't understand the difference.
You want to do it? Well, guys now, these young guys have like Bailey got short attention spans. They want to do them all at once. So
that's fine. You can do it all at once. Lay there and take it. I don't get it. It's not that painful.
That's not what they do now.
Tattoos aren't that painful on me. They actually feel good to me. So
you ain't never had nothing like that before.
I got 12 of them. I don't have a full body tattoo. I have 12 tattoos though, and they all felt good, great.
Oh, you're like little baby ass tattoos though.
Not really. I mean, across your stomach, your last name is not an easy tat. It's a couple hours long, and it's the most painful one you can probably have. Is
no, the foot tattoo is the most painful, but it's up there though.
No, it's not, and it's the fatty part of your stomach, and it's right here,
foot in the knee, and around the knee,
right here. These are the two most painful.
No, it's the top of the foot, and it's like around the knee. Everybody knows.
No, it's not.
I'll get my guy Darren Walker on here, and he'll verify. He's tatted up everywhere.
No, it's not.
I'll get Darren on next week.
Tattoos feel great, homie. I love them.
On next week.
I love them. I love them. They actually feel good. I don't get it. This is just, again, this the epitome of the generation. I mean, this is the most pussy thing I've ever heard. I'm be honest. So you can yawn all you want. It is the most pussy thing I've ever heard.
You can't get mad at my yawn. That was a real yawn. Like it just happened. You were boring me, I guess. I don't know. I didn't plan it. It just happened that way.
Disrespectful. It's a pussy. There's no way this guy's my quarterback. There's no way.
Well, it'd be a quarterback battle in Indy, him and Daniel Jones. So we'll see who's able to win it, and we'll just kind of go from there.
I don't get
great show, though, honestly.
Like Malik Henry's back cracking, I guess, on social media and everyone's just tagging me and everything. Like I guess he got let go of an arena team, and then he got picked up by another arena team. And then he breaks a record with that team first game. He throws 7 touchdowns this past weekend in Billings, Montana, I believe. So everybody's tagging me and all this stuff. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I already coached the young man. I mean, obviously, I talked to him still. He came on our show. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say about Malik Henry. He's still playing Arena League. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know what you want from me on that.
Well, it's been a great show, JB, and I think the best way to really end it is do it one of my famous hockey breakdowns. I'll let you respond, and then we'll close out right there, man. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys have been tuned into the playoffs, man, but it's been nonstop action. After 25 total goals were scored, yeah, you heard it, 25 over the first 3 games of the series. Game 4 featured the first goaltending duel of the second round series. Man, my guy, Joseph Wall, had one of his best games of the season for the Maple Leafs. But Panthers goalie Sergei Bobrovsky also rediscovered his form of the 2024 playoffs and came out on the right side of the goaltending battle. Bobrovsky stopped all 22 shots the Leafs threw at him in a 2-0 shutout win. The series is now level at 2 wins apiece. For most of the first 2 periods, the Leafs put forth their worst effort of the postseason. They were second to Bucks, did not win enough battles, and worst of all, barely generated any significant offensive chances. That being said, though, man, Craig Berube juggled his lines at times, suggested he was frustrated with what he saw in front of him, and with good reason. This was one of the worst playoff performances from the Leafs in recent memory. This series will now go at least 6 games, with Game 5 scheduled for Wednesday in Toronto, man. Make sure y'all guys tune in. This has been an amazing series, man. Crazy playoff battle. And, man, it's hard for me to really – I've been going back and forth from watching NBA games to hockey to so much incredible play going on right now, man. So, shout out to all these players, man, doing their thing. And, yeah, appreciate it. Go ahead, Jason.
Last thing I want to wrap up, I got some breaking news.
Oh, really?
The homegirl gave us an insight on BBLs.
What you mean?
Take a look.
Yeah, homie. Yeah, homie. When women get the fresh BBLs, they can't sit down. Like I know. I know somebody. Well, I've heard a story of somebody who got one, and on the plane they had to just like ride, like on the plane, had to just lean over.
What's the one bent over straight ahead down there?
Hella pain. She got the BBL 3000. Yeah, it's
what
like
about, what about, can we address? Can we play the?
Yeah, play video.
Play it again real quick. I want to stop at a few places. Right here, let's stop it here. That's
she an old lady.
That's someone's grandma home.
Yeah, why she got any shoes like that? That's grandma's shoes.
And the socks?
She got stockings on. I'm like stockings, or
maybe
they make it more the socks for the blood flow.
Yeah, they do. Right here, she has no ass still.
Just waste of time.
Let me go back to this one walking away.
She might got a back BBL, like an upper back
right
BBL.
There, that one. Let's watch it in full time. The one walking towards the door. I want to break this one down real quick right there. Let's see. That's a horrible BBL.
I don't think she got hers yet. I think she's about to go get hers.
The one walking towards the door is a horrible BBL.
Yeah, I think she's about to get her BBL. There's no way she actually had it already.
The one to the left of the door.
Okay.
Right there.
With the gray hair?
Right here. Yeah, on the far left in the corner.
Yeah, with the gray hair.
Yeah, that's a grandma, someone's grandma. I don't respect that. I don't appreciate putting your grandma through that. And then the one that's been over right here, leaning like
with her feet out on the
yeah. But sure, she damn near she got no shoes on her, no socks.
Yeah, she from the hood.
And then this one right there, the one right there, standing right there.
She might. Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, the one standing or the one on the opposite side of the chair?
Right there, the mask on.
With the dookie braids or the one with the okay?
Yeah, the dookie braid with the mask on. That's horrible. I don't get it, man. I can't believe that this many people are doing it all at one time. It's all sisters. I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted, as Smitty would say.
Yeah, I don't like it because I just.
They're walking a grandma out. She just had it. Why are they all sisters?
I just hate it.
And we know sisters. Let's be real, like sisters. Probably like
thick anyway.
Cubans, like there's some Brazilian, like there's some ass out there that certain races have. And now we know white girls are now starting to become like getting some notoriety for having some ass. But like, why does all these sisters in here getting that? I don't understand.
Like, man, just go to the gym and work it out. That's my thing. I'm always like that. And I get like I'm a little bit more open. And again, I'm not a woman, so fuck my opinion, but I'm a little more open-minded when it comes to like getting your titties done. Only because you could be the most in shape person ever, but there's nothing you can really do about like your breasts. So if you're a woman and you want to get them a little bigger to fit your body more, I can at least understand that. But anything else, butt, legs, just go to the gym. And this discipline is like, that's all gym work. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just don't understand that piece fully, you know. But, you know, tweets is on. And my only message to these women who are getting this, please tell me, please, if you get it for yourself. Don't get it because the internet's doing it. Don't get it because your homegirl's saying you to do it. Don't do it because some dude's saying you to get it. Get it for yourself. Let's close on this video right here of this Asian girl and this black dude. Let's play the sound.
You're handsome. I like chocolate. Delicious. Yeah.
They're like my homie Dennis Avery.
Do you say this because I'm black?
Yeah. Me rice, your chicken. Perfect.
She's like an NBC character, homie. Yeah. Flowers. Lollipop. Chicken and rice. Yeah. Chicken and rice. Yeah. What perfect match. Lollipop. Chicken and rice. Yeah. Chicken rice. Yeah. Let me long time. Yeah. Let me long time. Yeah. Let me long time. Yeah. Chicken rice. Yeah. Chicken rice. Yeah.
Buck me.
My wife said, "Yo, cut that shit out."
NPC, homie, NPC. KFC, Panda Express. KFC, Canada, rice, chicken. KFC, yeah, fuck me.
I said KFC, Panda Express. Oh, man, you racist as hell.
Anyway, man.
Good show, though, man. Shout out to Samaki. Shout out to my homie Scott. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Craig Larson. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. We got a loaded lineup all week long. I've seen some of the rundowns or some of the guest lists. Great guests all week long. Stay tuned for another great week. We're almost in June, homie.
That means start planning for
That means a 6-month plan. That's the 6-month mark of the year already. I can't fathom it.
We need to hit up our sponsors heavy now before season starts. Like, right, seriously, no bullshit now to get stuff restructured, reorganized, bring in new money so we can have a plan for the season. Also, we need to hit up the Twins for August event. Let's get that set up. We'll get a crew there. I see them do it with the other show, so I know they can bring us on there as well. I know all the smoke was over there, so let's get that set up. Get my ticket now, so there's no issues as far as like last minute stuff. And then let's plan one thing to do in the summer, probably like late July, whether it's a barbecue with members only, whether it's a boat thing. Let's do something fans-wise to thank the members as we approach the incoming season. Let's take this shit serious, homie. We spend so much time, too much money, too much effort, too many hours to not take this to another level. We're right here on the cusp of something great. Let's take those actionable steps to get to that next level. And I'm holding you accountable, Jackson.
Are we still live on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to talk about that private. Anyway, shout out to everybody. We'll be back tomorrow for Talk That Talk Tuesday. Steve Kim joins us, especially another big loaded lineup. And we'll see you in 24 hours or about 21 hours in about 48 minutes, time permitting. Meet us over there on Unpaved in about an hour. Smitty and I will be there. A shout out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
This the real JB. You better buy the skin real quick.